Martin Luther King's Day.
Yeah, you too, bro.
How y'all doing?
Great. Doing great.
Good.
Yeah, man.
Good. So yeah, we got a bunch of topics on the news feed today that we're gonna run through. Some of them are pretty ridiculous. Some of them are concerning. We got some of the biggest influencers we're gonna talk about that are kind of promoting some shit that's probably gonna get us all in trouble. We're gonna talk about the Somalis. We're gonna talk about Don Lemon. We're going to talk about a bunch of different viral videos and digital babies. What else?
Oh, digital babies.
We got digital.
Hello? Did it freeze?
Well, for Dave.
Well, we do have to talk about... we got to talk about ICE. We got to talk about the conservative influencers.
There's a lot we need to get into for sure.
We'll figure this Dave situation out, but we will get right with it.
Yeah, for sure. Let's
Here, let's play a video off his page. I'll screen it over, and that will figure it out. Got it up.
¿Cómo estás?
Keep this open for me, please, folks.
Get your back, Dave. Hold on. Says you got a good stream and everything. Oh no, isolated.
Dave just needs to refresh.
Is that your account?
Yeah.
I refuse to answer questions without my lawyer present. So I really don't know how to answer that question
Okay,
either
well,
way.
like I said, you're not
This
going
is
to
freedom
jail.
of speech. This is America, right?
And
Veteran.
and I agree with you 100%.
Okay.
So
All
we're
right.
just trying to see if it's you, because if we're not talking to the right person, we want to go see who the right person
Okay,
is.
how can I help you?
So pretty much it's just a statement that was made as far as,
Verbatim, it says the guy who consistently calls for the death of all Palestinians tried to shut down a theater for showing a movie that hurt his feelings and refuses to stand up for the LGBTQ community in any way. Even leaves the room when they vote and on related matters. Wants you to know that you are all welcome. Clown face, clown face, clown face. 3 days ago.
So you don't know if it was you?
I'm not going to answer whether that's me or not.
Okay.
The concerning part, and not concerning for the person who's posting it, what we're just trying to prevent is somebody else getting agitated or agreeing with the statement. We're not saying it's true or not.
Understood.
That guy who consistently calls for the death of all Palestinians, that can probably incite somebody to do something radical. That's all we're here to talk about, and we wanted to get your side. If it was you that posted that, I would think to refrain from posting things like that, because that could get something
I
incited.
appreciate your concern. I appreciate you coming out here.
Okay?
That's it?
That is it.
Okay.
I'm going to maintain my amendment rights to not answer the question about whether that's. I hope
Thank
that's
you for your
understandable.
time. We appreciate it.
Thank you
Yeah,
as
have a
well.
good day, okay?
You as well. Thank you.
We got
Take
your
care.
back, Dave. Hold on.
We do have Dave back.
Visibly, but not audibly. Let's see here. Here you go. There. I requested you to do that, and you should be good.
Welcome back, Dave.
There we go.
I'm back. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yep.
All right, cool. A little technical difficulties, but we're all good there. What video did I miss there? Did you? Oh, you played the one with the cops showing up
Yeah.
at the
In Miami
the
Beach.
house for the Facebook post.
Yeah.
Absolutely insane, right, dude? That's in Miami. Like we've been seeing these videos over in England for quite a while now, but now we're seeing them over here in America. That's like, I think that's pretty damn concerning, considering we all post some pretty wild stuff here on X. You know, I don't know about you guys, but that's like kind of makes me wonder if I'm gonna get a knock one day.
I mean, you might. It's it's coming to a neighborhood. All it takes is one. All it takes is one town, and then once one town does it, everybody else feels empowered, and then you start to see it spread. And then by the time you realize that that's going on, the domino has already tumbled too far down, and you can't slow it down. It's a really precarious place to be.
We've been joking about it in the UK for the past couple years, and now like it's here.
Yeah.
And,
No,
and
people
the
have been
joke's
getting
over.
arrested for tweets for a while in the UK.
Right, but we were over here kind of
Well,
like
and,
laughing
you know-
at it. Now we're like, oh shit.
It's the anti-Semite thing, man.
Welcome,
and like they're coming hard.
welcome
Yeah,
to
so
a world
they
where you
want
have a
this-
social credit score, and it determines what you're able to do.
The thing is, like with the Zionists, they want this anti-Semite hate to spread like wildfire, so they can justify doing stuff like this. You know, they've bought all the top influencers. We're going to show that in a little bit here in a minute. You know, they said they're going to, the new warfare is the social media. Netanyahu came out and said that, and they're going to spend some upward of hundreds of millions of dollars this year, if not more, into the billions on social media. So get ready to see some wild stuff. They already purchased TikTok. I don't think they're going to stop there. They made Elon Musk go to the where did he go to Auschwitz? They made Elon Musk go over to Auschwitz. So I mean, they're putting a full court press on. They understand that they love to control their opposition. And these guys right here that we're going to show right here in this video, you got Myron Gaines, you got this Clavicle, I think that's how you say it, Sneeko, the Tate brothers, and Nick Fuentes, of course. So these are all the leading influencers kind of in the world right now for young men.
And they're laughing. And they're laughing at everybody right now.
Well,
That's
yeah,
what this is.
I'm sure they're getting paid. They're all getting paid by Jewish money somehow. Myron Gaines is a former Fed. His real name is Mogadishu something, and he is a Muslim. He has nothing to do with America First. He's owned by a Jew named Gary Grinberg or some shit like that. So he actually is managed by a Jew, which is pretty ironic, right? The guy who's leading the charge of the unorganic, like unintelligent, anti-Semitic charge. Like if you want to go like learn about like why Jews are in a dominant position, go listen to a guy like Truth Teller. I don't know if you could pull his screen up. His page up. Yeah. Truth Teller official, I think, or I believe it's just Truth Teller. It should pop up, but he's a beast, man. He does a space every single night called the Epstein Files, and it documents somebody that's close to Epstein. And you got to check that guy out, man. Like he does some of this guy right here. He does some of the best work on exposing Zionism and what it does to the world, and it's like it's just factual stuff. It's not this stupid like Heil Hitler dancing around on streams, you know, getting us this is what's going to get this anti-Semite laws just get us all smoked, having the FBI knocking on our door like we saw in Miami today.
It's unbelievable that we have to report on
So,
a scenario like that actually happening in real time here in the United States of America. Like, it's unbelievable.
Yeah, so play these guys. What are they listening to the Kanye West song? I mean, dude, fuck Kanye West, dude. The dude's a fucking weirdo, bro. He sucked his fucking cousin off. Like Kanye, like you know what I mean?
Here you go.
Yeah, he's a degenerate piece of shit. But anyways, yeah, listen to these songs. So I have the volume on. You controlling it?
Yeah, I got it. Yeah. Where are you playing a video? You're not screen sharing currently. I'm sharing this.
What's that?
You got to reshare because you came back. I'm playing a video right now.
Oh yeah, that was the video I was gonna play, but I'm not hearing any volume on it. Let me go ahead and grab it. Alright. I got it back. So you got these retards out. They went on a big stream last night. They all got together and they went out to Miami a night or two ago. And this is them in the limo, like, doing their Hail Hitler shit.
God. This is absurd. Come on.
Are you kidding me?
And all this.
You know, like, a serious question. How are you supposed to defend actual evil when this type of bullshit is happening in what's supposed to be our movement? Are you kidding me?
These are the leading conservative fucking, young that are supposed to lead the... Man, it's terrible. It's absolutely terrible. Like, this is what we have. This is what they're giving us. And this is all presented to us by a certain country called, Israel. I think all these guys are paid for. I think they all are. In one way or another, they all are.
Bought and paid for. You hate to see it.
Were you guys getting volume on that video?
Yeah?
Yeah.
I was not. Not
You were
getting
playing?
video. Yeah.
Yeah, I had it.
But let's go to the next one. So let's see if I can get it on here. You guys hear this one now? Okay.
To find in life from various people, given the right guidance, you can be a very massive positive force for change.
Make
And
it full
the only-
screen,
So I'll just set this video up a little bit. This is Tristan Tate, obviously. And this is that clavicular guy who's Sean, you missed the episode that me and John got to talk about this kid. I think he's like 18 or something. He's a looks maxer, and that's his thing on social media.
I go get my cheek hammer.
It's
I'll be right back.
basically like, dude, it's basically like, what's the movie with Ben Stiller where he's a male model?
Oh,
Zoolander.
Yeah.
Zoolander, dude. It's like the dude's like a real life Zoolander.
So that's
Like,
what looks
almost
maxing
like-
is all about. You just become Zoolander.
Well, no, so you can soft max, and from what I understand, soft maxing is when you go tanning or gel your hair, get a haircut every week, just really keep yourself super trimmed and borderline metrosexual stuff. And then looks maxing is when you actually like crush your bones to get your cheeks to come out. You get leg extensions, like your bone leg.
I've seen so many different.
surgery.
I've seen so many different documentaries about
This
people
is
who
like a
did
big
that.
phenomenon on it's a big phenomenon on TikTok and shit. I didn't know about this, but it's been going on for at least like 2-3 years. And
It's even longer.
anyways,
There used to be like A&E shows about it. People who like tried to actually become like a real human Barbie and things like that, showing all the surgeries, all the failures, and then all the damage they did to themselves doing it.
No thanks.
And if you get in a situation where you damage your body and you need to get some
literally,
health,
crushes his face. He literally crushes his face, dude, to get his cheeks to come out.
well, I mean, this dates back to the prehistoric ages. They used to wrap wire around their torsos to get that look back in the day. It wasn't just a corset like you see nowadays.
Yeah, they made them the ovals, their heads like all like oval shaped.
This is
Wild
absurd,
times,
man.
man. So This is the crap that's getting pushed on the youth, man. Can you imagine? Like this 19-year-old is the biggest streamer going right now, right?
Okay.
And so this is what the kids are watching. And and Tristan Tate, I thought he was better than this. I didn't think he would partake in like hanging out. I don't even know what they say in this video. Let's see what kind of advice Tristan gives the looks maxer.
Fire it up, Davey.
Don't go on your stream and say, "Hey, I said this to Tristan Tate." No, don't do that shit. But if you ever want to know anything, I'll talk to you, voice know you. But I mean, if you're gonna put something on stream, tell me first.
Oh yeah,
by all means, you want to hit me up. Right? I've got time for people like you because I feel like you're given the right guidance. Not that you need my guidance, but the guidance
Christian's offering him his guidance
from various people. Given the right guidance, you can be a very massive positive force for change. And the only reason I do anything on the internet anymore, I don't need to. It's Andrew and I want to be a positive force for change. Yeah, we made a bunch of fucking racist jokes and shit that the media jumps on and says, you said this, you said that. But overwhelmingly, I think people
are fine with that kind of
train
stuff.
Harder, work harder, take their lives more seriously.
To an extent. Till it gets us all fucked.
I'm bored of this shit. So if you ever need my advice, I'm here for you anytime because we're doing something important.
Appreciate that, yeah.
Doing something important.
Yeah.
Bone crushing.
That's
What's going on with his
really
voice
nice.
right now?
Appreciate that, man.
I hardly hear you.
Don't go in.
So he's doing something important. This clavicle guy is doing something important by looks maxing, dude. This is fucking insanity.
Dude, well, these guys, social media itself has been ruining the youth as it is.
It's destroying me, and like, dude, these are supposed to be the alphas, bro. Looks maxing is like flirting with transgenderism.
But like, Instagram, and people have been looking up to people on Instagram thinking that this is what you're supposed to look like, this is how you're supposed to be, and it's not like that, man. Obviously we know life isn't like that, but that ruined the youth.
No,
the past 15 years
gonna
of social
have Bugattis.
Media. No, and now these guys come around and they're ruining it even more. And like no kid is safe because this is the conservative side.
At first I was okay with the Tates. I still don't fucking hate them. Like, they are what they are. They're characters, whatever. Like,
yeah, they're characters.
It is what it is. But their dad was CIA. Okay, let's get that out in the open. So it's pretty unnatural that they're the biggest influencers in the world for young men, and their father was a CIA agent. I don't buy that at all. That's the same thing as like Tucker Carlson, his dad, CIA.
No, there's no coincidence. Certain people reach certain levels because of the connections they have in life. That's just how life is, but it's even more predominant in these sort of areas.
Then they get on the stage and play stupid to the audience.
Influential areas,
Well, you got to be able to control everything that goes out if you want to control everything that comes in, So, what better way to do it than keep it in the family for generation after generation after generation after generation?
Imagine if people like Alex Jones and Tucker Carlson told us everything they knew. Huh.
Oh, dude, Freemasons, both of them. Both of them, Freemasons, 100%. 100% Freemasons. Take it to the bank. 100%. Trust me, bro.
Trust me, bro.
Source, trust me, bro. Speaking of trust me, bro, if you need to stay healthy.
We got some more of these. Ryan Matta has a question. I'm sorry, Sean. Go ahead.
It's not important. Let's talk about Ryan Matta. It's not important.
Coffee. It's late. I'm fired up. Let's go, man. What would you have to say?
I was going to say, speaking of keeping things together, you got to keep your body together at all times. And when we keep our bodies together, we go to John for a word from our sponsor, the Wellness Company.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Ivermectin Hour with John. Get out of here, dude. Get me out of this.
Buy one of those mugs, though, that pop up behind John's shoulder if you want to. Man. They're pretty fucking cool.
Look at that. Yeah, and on the back, the back, we've got. Don't mind my coffee because, when we're streaming this late, of course, we have to drink coffee at 1 a.m. But without the coffee, and we wouldn't be here with you. So Wait, who's got the next video? That you, Dave? You got something? Or
All right, yeah. So I still got this. Sorry, I got more of these guys partying. And Ryan Matta put a tweet out. All right. So if you want to move me back onto the screen with the video, we'll go full on this. And Ryan Matta will show the tweet first. Do you think Nick Fuentes is straight, gay, or a pedophile? We'll answer the question after the video.
Yo, Nick, I'm gonna bring some girls over for you.
They're at some Miami nightclub.
Yo, Nick, I'm gonna bring some girls over for you.
Man. So
he reacted very
this guy
similarly when he
always
was asked by Crowder the same question.
Total homosexual, dude. Like, he just screams it. And then we'll go over to this video where NodOpQ, shout out to NodOpQ. Not only is Nick Fuentes a gay fed, but he's also a pedo sympathizer. Here he is with radical libtard, the omni-liberal, saying that children are hotter.
Oh, my God.
Boy.
No way.
Oh, really? Really?
I hear you. Well, they're hotter. Let's fucking go. That's why we
See,
love
these
them.
two
That's
came
why
up
we
together,
love
bro. How fucking fetish is that?
I hear you.
Fetish.
Oh,
I wonder if they shock
How
each
long
other
ago?
like they shock their
When
dogs.
was this? Oh, 3 years, 4 years
So,
ago.
talking about how hot kids are.
I hear you. Well, they're hotter. Let's fucking go. That's why we love them.
It's just more proof that it's
gross,
all
man.
fake, it's all controlled, and it's all planned.
I haven't bought Fuentes from the beginning.
So,
He came out on
Nick
Alex
Fuentes,
Jones.
right?
No way.
Nick Fuentes is the big voice of ringing the bell against the Jews. He would never take Jewish money, right? How about on the stream last night or 2 nights ago, whenever this was, he admits that he takes Jewish gold money now. So, yeah, and we'll share this one here. We'll put this up.
Dave came prepared, you guys, before in the
Yeah.
pre-show discussion. Dave told us he had somewhat like 32 tabs. So, that said, we're going for a ride. You ready? Are we going to hear about this gold or what?
So yeah, Stu Peters took a beating for doing this Jewish gold or endorsement. All these Jewish guys own these gold companies, and they try to buy podcasters with them promoting their gold. Mark Levin, who's a big time Jew, Zionist podcaster, newscaster, whatever, was represented by this gold company that now Nick Fuentes is. So Wolf, shout out to Wolf. He's fucking awesome. We did a couple spaces with him. Nick, who has been promoting Epstein and endorsing regime changes and rejoining the MAGA Trump chain, is also receiving a gold sponsorship company from a company sponsored by Mark that sponsored Mark Levin. Does it make sense now? All right, we'll play the video. So this is from that stream from these losers out in Miami.
Nick's saying you're saying truly. When are you going to take the gold deal? I heard that was a big deal.
I think I'm going to take it, yeah.
I think you should.
What is the deal?
Well, it's just like a gold sponsorship.
Okay.
People are buying gold, and the reason why I have to take it is because it's Mark Levin's old sponsor.
Oh, okay.
So it's an old Mark Levin gold sponsor, and they said, I don't like Mark Levin anymore. I want to support you. So they're taking his deal and giving it to me. So otherwise, I don't think I would have taken it, but I have to just mod Mark Levin.
But why does he have to take the Mark Levin sponsorship? Like,
yeah, it's like a 7-figure
Okay.
Little
Not
Dean.
bad.
Funny, right?
It looks
I
like
mean,
Ben
well,
Shapiro.
I don't want to.
I mean, we know
He
why,
just
but why?
disappeared for 2 weeks too.
It'll be an interesting deal. It'll be the first sponsorship because I only do super chats and merch.
He
and
went
stuff.
totally
gonna say, man,
off air.
it's
I mean,
really
he said he was
difficult
taking a
to
vacation. A lot of people do it for the
Well, I
New
mean,
Year, but he was
it's
gone for
crazy
2
because
weeks.
You're getting like literally
People
no
speculate,
sponsors
you know.
on everything. And I've
He had
pretty much
visits
said
with
everything
Netanyahu.
you have.
He's taken somewhere
I
and
still get
read a list of demands and also given a list of what he would be given if he met said demands, and he may or may not have visited a wall. I don't know. It's up in the air, but it sounds like a party.
It's great.
Well, even his groypers are turning against him. You know, some of his most hardcore, they're like, what the heck's going on here? I think it all started with the Charlie Kirk thing when he wouldn't even entertain the thought that Israel could possibly be behind it. He was like calling people retards just for suggesting it.
Yep.
That was a big rug. I think that was like set off the red flags for everybody, right?
Mm-hmm. Well, a long time ago, but yeah, for the next wave.
Yeah, a long time ago. I mean, he was yelling January 6th with the fucking microphone and doesn't end up in any trouble at all. You're telling everybody to go in the building.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we learned that trouble was only reserved for certain folks.
So, being that he's taking the Jew money, right? It would only make sense that what is today? What is today? So today, just yesterday, because it's now one in the morning. Just yesterday, Mr. Fuentes was on good old Timcast.
I still,
So-
to this day, a little part of me dies every time we get into shit talking Tim.
Well, dude, come on now, dude. Like, he's taking the Jewish gold.
Man, I
You're
want out of
going
this
on
time.
Tim
I want out of
Pool
this
now.
timeline. Like, can't I just like
Ooh.
somebody? There's got to be something about everybody. It's just depressing. But anyways,
You ever see the videos of like Tim Pool talking about the Liberty, when Israel like shot the Liberty?
Mm-mm.
And he's like, whoa, wait a second. Well, watch how you say that.
Well, yeah,
the
he's
USS
definitely like
Liberty. You ever see that video?
Mm-mm. But I can picture it. He's definitely been towing that line for a bit now.
Is it? See if I can find it real quick.
Well, they're probably all scared too. I mean, at the same time, they probably want to get their neck blown off or whatever actually happened. Palm gun, hologram, clone wars.
Drones. It was drones.
Well, that's the most likely one because the guy talking about drones hadn't been talking in a while.
Well, and
Mr. Collin, we miss you, bud. Come back.
Yeah. I mean, you could believe so many different things.
Liberty. That's something with the Israeli government. Dude, I'm concerned with having American.
You got me up there on the screen? Okay.
Of course.
So, yeah, this is Tim Pool's life flashes before his eyes when he comes in for the save.
It always starts with Ian Crossland, doesn't it?
Dude, I'm concerned with having American aircraft carriers over there. Like, I keep being told about the USS Liberty. That's something with the Israeli government.
No, you should. No. Wait. You should be careful about that.
Allegedly, the Israeli Air Force jet fighter aircraft.
I mean, they did end up paying out the American government.
So I'm concerned, like false flag operation, like a missile comes out of Gaza and hits one of our aircraft carriers, but it was actually an Israeli missile.
Well,
I don't want. We should get out of there.
It doesn't. Well, let me stop you there.
Let me stop.
It doesn't matter where the missile comes from.
That's weird, huh?
Dude, I'm concerned with having American aircraft carriers over there.
So,
Leave it to Ian Crossland.
So now you got Nick Fuentes going on Tim Pool, who is clearly paid by a lot of money. I'm sure the Zionists pay him a ton of money. Tim Pool is like super rich, and you don't get that rich in the entertainment industry unless you take that kind of money. Unfortunately. And he shills for it. I mean, like, I wouldn't say it unless he shills for it like crazy.
This is too much, man.
But what do we got next here?
Yeah, this is too much.
So that's the end of
I feel like I'm getting punched in the gut over and over again.
Dude, I used to just watch Infowars
Yeah, it's the end of
every
the
day.
Fuentes.
Now I'm like, I can't even.
You guys heard the fucking Don Lemon antics going on?
America's
what
favorite Christian sodomite, Don Lemon. Let's get into it.
What a douchebag, dude. What a scum. Yeah, get into it.
All right, so you got this weirdo again, bro. I don't even know what the fuck he says. I just saw it and I'm like, all right, we'll just have to hear what he says. They're pushing this. I feel like we're promoting him. I'm truly not trying to fuck this guy. Like, it's just this demonic freak show telling us like righteous things.
It's Halloween every day, dude.
So, all right, let's see what he says.
Look at this. Laughing, joking, funny stuff, right? Haha, Don Lemon, you fucking retard. Ha ha ha. And then it all becomes real whenever you see this kid's face. You see this dad trying to console him. Right there, that's one of those instances where it's like, what radicalized you? This fucking photo did. It's this little man's world, right? It's his daily schedule, family outings on Sundays. His world is safe, and he knows how it works. And all of a sudden, you've got these narcissistic, suicidal douchebags who don't care. In fact, worse than don't care, according to Don Lemon, want to traumatize this kid. They want to scare him. They want to make all these innocent people feel uncomfortable. It's not that they don't care that they're affecting people in this way. They're fucking trying to. And this is absolutely fucking reprehensible. This image right here with this poor fucking kid and the dad doing his best to make sure he's okay, making sure he feels safe. This should be enough to make people stand the fuck up and be like, you know what? You're done. This moral posturing, pretending to be the good guys, the virtuous, you are all snakes and demons.
They them's absolutely right, man.
Send that fucking piece of shit to jail. Like, seriously. But
dude,
nobody goes to jail, but
for not having the vaccine at one point, remember? Then got fired and tried telling everybody he made a mistake. Yeah, you are the mistake, dude. Get off people's timelines, televisions, feeds, algorithms. Yeah, this dude's right. That dude is a demon. Exactly.
This guy might be a demon too. You think he kills dogs when he gets off air?
Yeah, maybe.
He fucking scares me, this guy, dude. Why is he talking like all the right points? It's just like, is he a psyop?
I mean, I don't know, dude. Maybe that's just
Don
his way of
Lemon,
getting popular.
Don Lemon. What does he prefer? Does he prefer Don Lemon, Don Lemon?
Well, Don Lemon is just probably what he doesn't prefer, but that's all he gets.
So Don Lemon. So apparently, if you hadn't seen already, he stormed a church or some shit. So I got this video here.
It's America's favorite
We'll
Christian
share
sodomite.
this tab here.
And this is going to get me angry.
What's going to happen here? When you violate people's due process, when you pull people off the street, you start dragging them and hurting them, and
he interrupted the
and not
service,
abiding
church
by
service,
the
right?
Constitution. When you start doing all of that,
He's at the event.
upset and angry. Remember what the civil rights movement was about. The civil rights movement was about these very kinds of protests. And for some reason, in our modern era, people think that in order to have protests, you got to be, cordoned off to a certain area, and what time you can protest. There's nothing in the Constitution that tells you what time you can protest. You can protest at any time. That's the whole point of it, is to disrupt, to make uncomfortable. And that's what they're doing.
So go do the most disrespectful thing you possibly can, and somehow that's okay.
Uncomfortable in these times. If you see how uncomfortable people, uncomfortably, and how
They
harsh
want
people are being
civil war
treated
so
on the
bad.
streets, you have to be
No,
willing
I'll
to
tell you
go
what.
into places
I'll tell you what.
and disrupt
If somebody
and make
walked into
people
a mosque
uncomfortable.
and did this, they would have a federal trial. They would have a federal trial.
Well, there's a lot of talk that he could possibly be getting arrested. So
Wouldn't that be something? Don Lemon hauled off to jail using the KKK Act. That would be really apropos, wouldn't it?
Oh, that'd be awesome. So Leonardo Joni says Don Lemon is going to jail. This is why you should stay strapped even in church. These are Bolshevik tactics.
This girl, Leonardo Joni, gives me hope for comedy.
Yeah, she's funny. She's great.
Freaking hilarious.
Next is mass violence. Fuck this gay communist. Yeah, she's been canceled a bunch of times over at fucking different comedy venues.
Her YouTube channel is awesome. If you haven't checked it out, you definitely should.
I haven't seen her on YouTube. I've only seen her here on X.
No, she's got like full comedy sets on YouTube, and they are hilarious.
That's awesome. Maybe we'll talk to her one day. We'll get her on.
That would be dope.
That'd be fun. All right. Yeah, so Lemon. What else? We got Lemon. We got some more Lemon, dude. We got Lemon outside doing interviews. Let's go to this one here.
What a trash bag, dude.
Again, they're getting the operation together. Again, this is an operation that is secret, that they invited folks out. I can't tell you what is going to happen, but you're going to watch it live here on the Don Lemon Show. There are, for this reason...
I can't help but laugh.
For this reason, it may look like MAGA coded, but there's a reason they have so many... I'm just going to be honest. It's because of the operation that they're doing today. It's important to have allies, as they said, white allies here. So
out of control, dude,
that is what I could say. I turned the camera off of them because they're giving some critical information here. But there we go. Everybody's ready to go.
Yeah, that's racism. Okay. That's the racism.
We got the white ally.
Thanks for allowing me to be here. Thank you, guys.
Dude, white women are going to be the death of us.
We're on. We're not saying what it is, what's going on, but thank you. Tell us why you're doing this.
So
this is Nakima Levy Armstrong. She's on the show on Friday.
Levy Armstrong, civil rights attorney, longtime activist here in the community. And, we protest and do activism in all kinds of ways. This is Operation Pull Up, more of a clandestine operation.
Activism.
We show up somewhere that is a key location. They don't expect us to come there. And then we disrupt business as usual. So that's what we're about to go do right now. We've had a lot of success with the times we have done Operation Pull Up.
Yeah.
After George Floyd was killed, we went to the...
Yeah, I wish her father would have done Operation Pull Out.
And staged a demonstration there.
Operation Pull Up.
We also went to the head of the U.S. Marshals from Minnesota after Winston Smith was killed by the U.S. Marshals. We went there after Dante Wright was killed when A.G. Keith Ellison...
Oh, man.
This is too much.
Unreal. Don Lemon.
We're giving him too much props at this point. But yeah,
we're shaming his ass.
I get it. But, man,
so this is the last one about Lemon. Last one about Lemon.
No, I'm fine with it. It's just like, damn, dude. Seeing this dude's face is nauseating.
Why don't we play the clip about him talking about sagging and all that shit from before all this other stuff? That's the real Don Lemon.
Well, how about the Don Lemon that's been accused of multiple bartenders accusing him of sexual harassment and
thumb in the
all
bum.
Sorts of stuff
it's Don Lemon's trademark, the thumb in the bum.
Oh my
God,
dude.
All right, what do you got, Dave?
What did he do? He did something where he was out to dinner or something, out at a bar, and
he was legitimately accused of sticking a finger in another man. I'm not just making it up.
No, I know. I knew there was a story. I knew there was a story behind it. Oh man, what a sick son of a bitch.
Still too much influence he has. Yeah, we should be exposing this guy's influence. You're right.
So, John, you want to read this Benny tweet?
Yep. Department of Justice announces intention to charge Don Lemon under the Ku Klux Klan Act. The KKK Act makes it illegal to threaten, hurt, or intimidate people to prevent them from exercising their God-given rights. Harmeet Dillon, the Klan Act is one of the most important federal civil rights statutes. It's a law that makes it illegal to terrorize and violate the civil rights of citizens. Whenever people conspire this, the Klan Act can be used. Everyone in the protest community needs to know that the fullest force of the federal government is going to come down and prevent this from happening and put people away for a long time. Wow, that's crazy.
Long time.
That's wild. Do you believe that?
That's why. Imagine a black guy gets smacked with the KKK Act.
These are wild times.
I just want to remind everybody that nobody gets arrested. I'll believe it when I see it, man. Nobody gets arrested.
Yeah, exactly.
Nobody that matters gets arrested. It's always some dude that nobody heard about with some
gonna
crazy
charge
charges,
him,
and
they
then you
gotta
never
go
hear
arrest
about it
him,
again
right?
after that.
Yep. What'd you say,
There might
Dave?
be a public arrest.
No.
If they have
We'll see.
intentions to charge him, they might perp walk him.
In theater mode. Yeah.
But then I don't know. Is that bad? That's bad for the midterms. I don't know, dude. I don't know. Is it even real?
No, it isn't. At this point, after all the stuff that we do, these videos, these are the stuff that we cover on this channel and this X page. Like, no, this is not real. And the guests we've had on. What?
John's checked out completely. You're checked out. You're in the Matrix.
Well, no, I'm in the. We're all in the Matrix, but I'm kind of like I know we're in the Matrix, so that's the difference. We just got to break out of it.
Yeah, John walks around all over the place. It's just a glitch in the simulation. Relax, everything will be okay. It's just a glitch in the simulation.
Go get some air.
The simulation needs to be rebooted really quick. Go outside, step in the grass.
Go barefoot. There's a solar flare coming.
Ground, right?
Isn't there a big solar flare coming?
I saw something about that. Supposedly, the biggest sunstorm ever is going off right now.
Gonna have that EO sky.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Last time I got fucked up, I swear I did. I mean,
Yep,
I might
I
sound crazy,
definitely
but
did. No,
I don't
it's
know,
not.
dude. I
It's
felt
not crazy.
weird.
It's definitely not crazy.
What do you know about that, John? Is there any science behind that?
I don't really dig too much. We got a buddy, our one friend. He sends us all this stuff every time there's a solar flare, and it's always my response is always like, "Of course there is." Like, there's always some kind of thing. Like, everybody around me is just like all anxious and shit like that. And I'm like, am I anxious?
It felt like
what's
that
going
last
on right
time.
now?
I don't know, dude. And I didn't even realize it. Like, it was a couple days of row of just madness, and then somebody told me, "Oh, there's a solar flare going on," and I'm like, "Oh, really?" Well, yeah, that's why everything's all off tilt.
It rewires all the neurons in your brain for a couple of days.
I don't think it should be discounted, any of that stuff, or the stuff that's literally on this planet surrounding us. That whole San Francisco 49ers thing still got me going, like with the injury bug and their high rate of injuries because they're next to that electromagnetic substation or whatever that thing is, giving them...
That's pretty wild, huh?
Yeah, it's too much. There's too much to it to just say it's a coincidence. And it's a shame for those players, but damn, man. And how about everywhere else around the world? Not even just athletes, like people that are living next to one of those. You know what I mean? Tear their Achilles getting out of bed when they're like, what?
So I just I brought up the I don't know about anything of this, but like I'm just scrolling Twitter or X or whatever you want to call it about the solar flare and all of that, and I don't know. I'm seeing like half stories about actual solar flares, but I'm seeing a bunch of posts a little bit similar to this here that there's HARP tests taking place. So I don't know. I don't know.
Wait,
boys.
HARP's
Don't have smart
doing
meters.
test right now?
Well, yeah, that's what it seems to say here. Let me see if I can make this picture bigger.
And they just tell everybody, oh, it's going to illuminate the sky, so take a good picture.
Yeah, check this. Check this.
Of course it's going to look cool. It's because we haven't seen it. We don't
So
see it
check
regularly.
this. Space weather message code, serial number 55, issue time January 19th. Alert, geometric K index of 8.9, threshold reach, active warning, yes, severe, currently at KP8. Potential impacts. Area of impact primarily poleward to 45 degrees geometric latitude. Included currents, possible widespread voltage control problems, and some protective systems may mistakenly trip out key assets from the power grid. Induced pipeline currents intensify. Spacecraft systems may experience surface charging. Increased drag on low Earth orbit satellites. Tracking and orientation problems may occur. Navigation. Satellite navigation is degraded or inoperable for hours. High-frequency radio propagation sporadic and or blacked out. Aurora may be seen as low as Alabama and Northern California.
And this only came out a few hours ago if you look at that timestamp.
Yeah, and I've seen just scrolling Facebook or whatever, I've seen like multiple references to like record snowstorms and record wintered weather coming across the country. So did we just stumble upon the next big story? Are we about to see blackouts and people freezing their houses?
In Florida, you had parts of Florida in the 20s this morning. Like, that's insane.
I mean, it's like 10 degrees here right now, and we're under about a foot of snow, and there's another foot coming.
You had parts of Florida in the 20s, which is unheard of. I mean, where you guys are at, that's just par for the course for winter.
Yeah.
But before we get off of Don Lemon, I just want to do one more here. A shout out to Tupacabra, who made this awesome video. And Don Lemon, I just want you to know that you're not going to get away with this shit.
Sometimes AI is funny. That's good.
I love it.
Remember Don?
Chupacabra makes some awesome shit with AI.
Remember Don? Don't have the vaccine? Don't get a job. Don't have the vaccine? Don't get medical care. Don't have the vaccine? You don't get your surgery. Remember that asshole?
Yeah.
Fuck him.
Yeah, I do.
Fucking piece of shit. I don't like to swear a ton on here because then I watch it back. I'm like, man, we swear a lot. But sometimes they guys.
I know.
Just say,
I try to watch myself.
Well,
so yeah,
blurs us out. So,
did you guys have anything you wanted to share before I jumped into the next topic?
Nah, dude.
Keep it rolling, Dave.
Keep it rolling.
Well, I came across this on my feed. This guy was going, because it's Martin Luther King Day. Oh, am I sharing?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's Martin Luther King Day, right?
Trust the process.
And this guy right here, Andre Williams, I don't know who he is. I guess let's click his profile. 44,000 followers, most banned black on TikTok. The most banned black on TikTok, former U.S. Army, critical of black people. So, all right, so he's a critical thinker. But he had this tweet that said Martin Luther King.
Fuck Martin Luther King. He had a dream. Fuck Martin Luther King. He had a dream that became a reality, and now it's a fucking nightmare. Martin Luther King was a pawn of communists and Jews who wanted to take advantage of the race relations for their own personal benefit. Black people are now worse off now than they were during segregation. And look where we are today. The schools are desegregated and black children are fucking borderline retarded. More black people vote today without financial and physical intimidation. And now black people are the dumbest people you can have a conversation about politics with. And black people only vote now for welfare and government assistance increases. Our music has devolved into soft porn in your ear. The black family is completely destroyed and non-existent, and black people have built absolutely nothing for themselves. We spent all this time begging white people to let us sit at their table instead of building our own. And here's a final fact. Homosexuals use the civil rights movement as a template to push for faggotry in America. Thank you, Martin Luther King, for that. The only good thing that Martin Luther King brought us is that black people are now judged by the content of their character and not the color of their skin.
Man,
our character's pretty fucking
hard.
Cool. Thank you. So if you're going to celebrate his life and legacy, piss on it, because black people have made themselves a permanent underclass in this country. Remember that, niggas.
Jesus Murphy, Ricky.
Oh, man.
I mean, he said it. We didn't.
That's what people say. I didn't say it. They said it.
So,
oh, my God, dude.
I don't know,
But,
dude. I don't
I
even
mean,
remember what they taught me about Martin Luther King in school. Do you?
Yeah.
I just remember him getting killed.
Yeah, he spoke out for, all the civil rights stuff.
Well, yeah,
and
of
they got
course, social
assassinated.
right
It was
issues.
all
Like
on
he
the
got the
surface
water
bullshit.
fountain. I just know he got the water fountains changed or something. Like right. So I don't remember too much being taught about Martin Luther King. I just remember him dying. I don't know, getting
Grade
assassinated.
school, there was a couple
And
pages on it
obviously,
in the
the
textbook.
social. Yeah, I wonder how hard they go nowadays.
Oh, I know. I haven't seen a textbook in so long. It'd probably drive me nuts.
And there's no chance you're going to get an inside source, because it's all protected. Because that's where that's the biggest indoctrination station in the entire world is the education system.
It is, sadly.
You know who made those books, right? Who published them?
Who?
Ghislaine Maxwell's father, Robert Maxwell. He published all those. You remember those Maxwell publications?
Yes.
That was all him, dude.
That's nuts.
Fucking, they were indoctrinating us then.
I say it too much. Like every time we do this, we got to bring 7Cs on way more often. Because like if we say something like that, he'd be ready.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
In 2 seconds, we got a train about it.
He's got the web out about Ghislaine, the publishing company. I feel like we've already talked about it a little with him. But yeah, I feel we need to bring him on more instead of just saying it. Maybe just for like when we're live now, like, hey, you want to come in? Hey, come on in, dude. Stuff like that. Is he up?
Yeah.
Is he up? What else you got, bud?
So, so we got the Somali situation is going nuts over in Minnesota. That was the same area George Floyd got killed or OD'd, whatever you want to say. How do you guys feel on that? You think Chauvin should be out?
Yeah,
dude,
that's
I don't
tough.
know, man.
That's
really
tough.
Don't. I'm in the middle of all that. Like back when it happened, I was like, dude, that dude's innocent. I was just emotionally driven by the whole stupid shit. But I see things a little more looking at it, the whole picture. I see the whole picture more than I did even a few years ago. So, no.
You think he did it?
I don't know. That's the thing. I really don't. I personally don't know the truth.
Well, I mean, the autopsy has him full of fentanyl and meth.
Oh, exactly.
That's like speedball, and those are two different drugs that do opposite things. And like, man, that could make you OD very easily, especially fentanyl.
Maybe he didn't. Maybe he was overdosed and died that way. But maybe maybe the whole thing is fake. You know what I mean? How we always think it really is. Like Chauvin is just a plant.
Girl that just got her head blown off by ice.
Wait, you think it didn't happen, or you think
on 33rd Street?
Well, that's so nuts, dude.
Everything takes place in the threes.
Sometimes I can't tell if we talked about it on one of these or if you just posted it, so I get confused. But yeah, dude.
Well, that's a topic that comes up quite frequently, no matter where we are.
The whole Minnesota thing.
It's undeniable. It's not a coincidence. You can't even say it's a coincidence at this point. That'd be absurd to say it's a coincidence.
Yeah, no, it's no coincidence.
No, that's crazy talk. So, all right, yeah, we got the Somalis going nuts with the fraud in Minnesota. Let's hear from a local Minnesotan.
Somalians ain't our people. They told them Somalians don't fuck with us when they came up here. That's why they don't fuck with us. And we don't fuck with them. You notice we ain't trying to help them cocksuckers. And then look at all the money that they stole. Look at all that $9 billion. And then put nothing in the community. Fuck them Somalis. It's just like George Floyd. His stupid ass family got $20 million and they didn't even build a community in the city. They just left with the money. Fuck George Floyd too. Put all that shit on shit. Whatever you filming, put that shit out there. Because that's how it goes.
This guy.
When you don't fuck with the community and help the community, fuck
yeah,
you.
this guy's
They took that money and left. Now look at them. They all broke. They got tricked out of all that money. They ain't got shit right now today. Oh, for
If you
20
take a
mil.
minute and you
Come
look
on,
at
man,
all
quit
the
playing
different
with that.
things.
All this shit is a farce.
Oh, there you go.
Somalia.
No, but if you take a minute and you look at all of these things that were supposed to cause outrage and all these specific events, every single one of them run down the line. Every single one of them turned into a money grift, which resulted in a very small amount of individuals getting filthy rich, buying massive amounts of properties, and nobody benefiting or gaining anything. It didn't change public discourse. It didn't make anything better. All it did was make some scumbags rich. That's literally all it did every time.
And we're more divided than ever, which is sad. Hence the Civil War newsfeed headline that we put up.
And then the next video is kind of startling. I've obtained some footage of Sean's cousin in Minnesota.
My cousin?
What?
Sean's cousin in Minnesota protecting his neighborhood from ICE.
This I gotta see.
So, we'll go to this tab.
I need to have more videos ready for these random.
So this man says, "This is my neighborhood. Man with a rifle stands outside a home in St. Paul after multiple ICE sightings in the area." Let's see.
Dave, he's not even a ginger. Take it back. I kind of is.
Take it back.
He kind of is.
Wait, you're saying that's woke?
I mean,
Sean?
it could be a cousin.
Wait, I gotta see the video. I need context before I can judge somebody.
You live in the neighborhood? Yep, this is my block, this is my area. I don't go into other people's neighborhoods and try and intimidate them. I protect my people.
Are you giving out your name?
No,
There's
I'm
a separate
okay.
that I can't see, right?
Showing up.
You guys had a lot of people out here, right?
At least 30 or more.
Yeah.
40 or 50.
That's pretty good for a quick turnout.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
You live in the neighborhood?
There it is.
This is my block, this is my area.
Yep.
I
Okay.
don't go into other people's neighborhoods and try and intimidate them. I protect my people.
Are you giving out your name?
So what? So Dave, what are you saying that everybody that has a beard and a round belly is my cousin? Is that what you're getting at?
Kind of.
No. Well, maybe. But this one's getting me, man. The leftists are going out there and they're pulling the same tactics that the right's doing, like just brandishing their guns. Like, this is how shit pops off eventually.
You really
one of these days, somebody's going to shoot, and then someone's going to shoot back, and then. And we're not
it's
even,
not going to be like
we won't
it's
see
not
it
gonna
coming.
Be like the Civil War of George Washington. You know, it's not going to be fucking the North versus South. Like,
no, you're gonna wake up and you're gonna wake up and you're gonna read a story about some shooting that took place somewhere. You know, there won't be a lot of context to it, but just hearing horrible stories of shoot. Yeah, exactly. Like waking up and hearing a horrible story about some kind of riot or some kind of shootout. It's gonna become like. It's going to become regular. It's going to be something that doesn't even faze us anymore.
I think if you want to avoid it, you'll be able to. If you want to go to the cities and shit, like where they're doing the protests, then you're gonna go put yourself like that. There's potential for that kind of civil war. You know what I mean? Where every city's protesting every day and there's counter protesters, and then one gets killed, so more protesters show up on the other side, and then another gets killed on the other side, and then more protesters show up. That's how that shit could pop off.
And the smart people are just at home just watching it unfold, and they're going, what the fuck is this?
Yeah, 99% of America will be at home, dudes, and that's what they want, though. They just need to make 1% go nuts.
It's a visual thing. But I don't want to see it. I don't want to see anybody, even if it's fake theater where real people have to go down just to get their little narrative to pass. I don't want to see that shit.
Nope.
I really don't.
Yeah,
but I do think it's probably going to happen.
You guys keep running for a second. I got to take a quick break.
Okay. Let's pull up something from your page.
Give us something good, Johnny. Give us something good, buddy.
I'm gonna give it with some something with some good couple, like a minute or two, so we can kind of have a breather. Okay. The way of passage in Hollywood is diabolical, plain and simple. Does it look worth it? Let's see. This is fucked.
Disgusting.
I know we posted this video, but sometimes I don't see all the ones Dave posts, and I don't like it. This is frigged. Did it restart? Oh my god, dude, this is really sad.
I mean, John, if you're looking for any kind of faith in humanity or any kind of thing to be positive about, I mean, very clearly our page is not the place to find that.
I know, but I'm at that point where I'm like, how can I possibly post this and react to this stuff? But I get it. At the same time, I think my reactions alone are kind of proving that I don't really want to see this or report on it, but I do and I don't. It's like, yin and yang. Like, I want people to realize all this stuff, but to see it over and over again is just, damn it, man. Is this really the world? I know my personal world isn't like this, but when I go online, it kind of is. It's I know it's by design and it's doom and gloom and all that, but man, it's like, damn, I can't even open my phone. There's some really bad shit.
Oh, just on my feed continuously. That's all I see. I can't escape it. You try to scroll. You try to put a little variety into your day. See something you want to see. You don't see it. You see a whole bunch of people who don't even deserve an opinion. You see a whole bunch of people just saying things that don't make sense and getting hundreds of other people to agree with them. And all it does, all it's based in, it literally just. It just continues to stoke this division, stoke this violence, and stoke all of these things that are driving us apart. And like we've said numerous times, it's almost like the multi-year color revolution in our country's coming to a head and may have succeeded.
It's got to stop. It's got to stop. I cannot believe there are still racial, even if it's manufactured, but there's people buying it. Whether in my mind they're NPCs or real human beings with a soul. I don't know the whole deal on the reality of that. That's the shit I'm into. But I can't believe people buy into this stuff. People buy into the division. I don't want to be divided. The people I disagree with, I want to just make fun of each other and be done with that. But people are literally just... They're calling me... Dude, I was called racist by somebody who I thought was a good person. We were cool. Called me, your racism is showing, he says, because I didn't basically denounce the whole what ICE was doing in Minnesota thing. I'm like, I don't want to see anybody die, but should that person have been there? Should they have been instigating that? It was a federal investigation, or why would you get involved in that? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And the more video that comes out makes it even more why were you there? This is by design.
And what makes it even worse is just there's no. You don't when you see these inflammatory people saying these inflammatory things and causing all this ruckus and all this chaos, it's never backed with actual facts. It's never backed with actual things you can point at and look at and say, oh yeah, that's pretty reprehensible. It's all just things that aren't well thought out. There's no facts. There's no receipts. And then you just get a whole bunch of sheep that follow it. And next thing you know, you've got people in the streets obstructing actual operations that need to take place. I saw a video, and I'm not sure where, but it was an ICE agent having a conversation with somebody on the side of the road screaming at them, just letting them know that what they were doing for this particular blockade they were putting out is they were actually halting an operation to arrest a sex offender, a child sex offender.
I saw that.
And that's what most of this is based around. That's what a lot of this work is. And it's just crazy that these people are so far gone and so far brainwashed that they can't just read through the lines and think about it a little bit. It's I don't even know.
The loving and accepting crew, the one I put the quotes around, they're the opposite of that, man.
It is giantly fake. There's no love. There's no acceptance. There's no tolerance. None of that shit exists in that world.
I've been called so many things that I'm not by people that I just latched onto at one point because I didn't know them well enough, thinking they were just good, cool people. We were all into the same music. I'd meet them at concerts and around the country. We'd meet at festivals. I'd met in Mexico and the Dominican with people. Now they won't talk to me because I had some opinions throughout the past 8 to 10 years. They weren't even that extreme.
Really?
They're not extreme. I don't have extreme opinions. They're just they're not their opinion. So they even go, how can people like that even listen to this music? I'm like, dude, fuck you. Like,
what are you talking about?
Ignorant, self-righteous piece of shit.
Well, and another thing that you notice too with these people is the ones that are the loudest, the ones that make the most noise, are the ones that have the most skeletons in their closet. And I seriously, I would encourage anybody who's in a situation like this, if you can get the information on somebody, check their cell phone, because I bet you any money there's probably child porn on it.
Ugh.
Like, seriously. All these people that make the most noise and sow the most division are the ones that have the worst shit in their own lives, and they're just deflecting that off, to get some of that potential focus off of them, because they're the real scumbag. But if they get the army behind them, if they get the army of sheep behind them, they can be propped up, and then we don't have to talk about the reality of who they are.
That's like the Robert De Niro's of the world.
Yeah, great example.
Oprah,
yeah.
You get a kid, you get a kid, you get a kid, you get a kid.
So while Dave is queuing up his next thing in line, I'm pulling up from his page the other day. We did find the clone. We did find some earlier footage that we thought we couldn't find.
I do have a theory, yeah. So my theory on this is, before you start this video, I'll give you a quick context on my theory of why. So, like, cloning was such a hot topic button in the Al Gore, George Bush election, if you remember, if you're old enough.
The sheep and all that.
It was literally like the second, like top three. It was top three for sure topics that people were voting on was human cloning, right? So obviously crazy experiments were going on, and they were thinking about making it public, because there would be no way that there would have been such a heated discussion about it. Because remember that sheep they cloned?
Yep.
That was like what the big public. And there was like that Israeli company that claimed they actually cloned a child. And next stream I'll pull up that a whole interview. That was pretty bizarre. They did like a press conference to successfully cloned a kid, and they like flew him to Israel of all places. I think it was like in 2001 or something like that. But yeah, anyways, when Bush won, apparently they kind of stopped it, because like the liberals wanted to go hard with the cloning, but Bush was there to stop it. But I think that was just a big psyop. I think they just went hard underground when Bush started to do that. And that would, I think put, Charlie Kirk right around that age group of that time period when this cloning would have been starting at a level of, obviously at a level where they thought it was so important that it was a hot button topic for the election.
I don't like latching on to this theory here. Keep going.
I think like 30 there's a lot of 30-year-old clones out there that walk among the political aisle. AOC could be one. There's all sorts of them, dude. I mean, there's so many of them that are just controlled idiots. And I don't know, maybe these things can think for themselves, and maybe Charlie, had some kind of influence. Maybe these clones have souls. I don't know. You cannot tell me that the government is not trying to do these things or have not successfully done these things. There's no way they haven't. There's just absolutely no way that they haven't.
If humanity is creating these test tube humans, does God say, well, shit, I got to give them a soul? How does that work?
There's that company that I made a tweet on earlier today. We're going to get to a little bit later down the timeline. But that you can literally pick the genetics of your baby now. If you want to go high IQ, blue eyes, tall, blonde hair, you can do it. It's crazy, but you can actually do it.
So in 2026, we've got a baby market.
Oh, yeah.
You can build a baby.
Forget NFTs.
We've got multiple types of baby markets.
Forget the NFTs. But
we'll get there. We'll get there. Let's finish with these Somalis, right?
Okay.
So we got The Somalis are like nowhere to be seen. I haven't even seen a Somali. Have you? They're all fucking hiding.
I've seen stuff. I've seen stuff, and I've seen stories about how they claim that they're afraid to come out of their homes now. And in addition, they're filing for like emergency benefits because they can't go to work because they feel threatened by ICE and they feel like they're going to be snatched off the streets if they go to work. And you know what's even more messed up? They're going to get it. They're going to get the assistance. They're going to get more free money to stay home.
Oh yeah, with that governor and the mayor and all that, absolutely. So what's hilarious to me is these white people are taking it upon themselves to like take the charge for the Somalis that are defrauding the government billions of dollars. Like, this guy's an angry dude. So he was one of the guys that stormed the church with Don Lemon. And says, woke farmer who stormed the church in St. Paul goes on a rant because Pam Bondi says they're going after him. Fuck those fucking Nazis. Come and get me, Pam Bondi, you fucking traitorous bitch. That's all. So let's hear what he has to say.
Before we watch it, I just want to point out that Pam Bondi's not going to come and get him, but let's partake anyway.
No, Pam Bondi's a complete fucking... Pam Bondi's just as big a joke as this fucking clown. But again, with the swearing. But I apologize. It's late.
Yesterday, I went into a church with Nakima Armstrong and I protested these white supremacists. A pastor of the church is a fucking ICE leader in the city. How can you be a fucking pastor and be a fucking ICE agent? Fuck them. They want to come after me? Fuck them. How can they live so comfortably while the fucking people from Somalia that are in this country legally, that have fucking citizenship, can't even go to their mosque and pray? How do they deserve any fucking different? Fuck those fucking Nazis. Come and get me, Pam Bondi, you fucking traitorous bitch. All power to the people. Yesterday, I went into a church.
Well, that's a clown.
So he's an angry motherfucker.
There's no better way to put it.
So it gets better with this guy, right? This is somebody that you suspect could possibly be a crisis actor? So
that's lunatic... the word I should have brought up earlier. The crisis act. Everybody is a crisis actor.
We should do an episode on crisis actors sometime and just pull up the people that have been seen at everything.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
You could probably get an hour and a half, 2 hours out of that alone.
Yep.
Oh, absolutely. I would love to do that. That's one of my favorite topics. I got a lot of theories on that. So here we have well. I knew I remembered the lunatic yelling in church. The leftist was screaming at the National Guard in D.C. a couple weeks ago, and yesterday he was screaming at Christians in church in Minnesota. None of this was organic. None. So we only got to watch the whole 4 minutes, but let's see a little bit of this fucking dude. This is when he's yelling at the National Guard in D.C.
You realize that you're violating the Constitution. You are fucking
unreal.
Oh, babe, what's up?
These are the paid agitators, I guess they're talking about, right?
So you guys are aware that
Yep. Yeah.
Where are you from, South Sergeant? I was 11 Bravo. I got out in 2011. I did fuck up my rank there. You got me there, but I was not a good soldier. I have a problem with authority. Apparently you don't. You don't believe in the Constitution, but at least I believe in that. So where are you from, soldier?
What a scumbag.
You ever fucking deployed? Oh, staff sergeant never deployed who is now violating the Constitution.
Excuse us.
What's your deal? You don't believe in the Constitution? Is that what it is?
Respect that.
I don't get paid at all. I'm a volunteer. I do this for love of the Republic. Unlike you. You come from some fucking state far away to come fucking betray your oath to the Constitution. It's funny to you, motherfucker? You piece of fucking shit. Never did a damn thing for this country, but you wear that uniform and try. What's up, man? What's up? Nice. How's it going? What you got to say, motherfucker? What you got to say, you punk ass bitch? You're harassing our Fuck off. I'm a combat infantry veteran. These fuckers ain't done shit. Yeah, and I served for 30 fucking years. So what? So you don't believe in the Constitution either, asshole? That's exactly why they're out here. You're so fucking stupid. You don't know nothing about the Constitution. You are
Stirring
so
up the
full of
church.
shit.
Yeah.
So you're one
What
of Trump's
is
people,
going
aren't you?
on?
Activated.
You're one of fucking Trump's people.
MK Ultra activation.
This clown said, "Oh, you come from a state far away to cause a ruckus." Well, what exactly is he doing in Minnesota right
You're
now?
probably an educated man. You said you served 35 years.
The hypocrisy is insane with these morons.
It truly is. No, I mean, but yeah, this makes me wonder. Paid propagandist, paid actor, paid agitator.
Who's paying for the bricks? Who's paying for the bullhorns? Who's paying for the signs? Who's paying for the bus tickets? Who's paying the bail?
So like they want civil war so fucking bad, dude.
Well, it's the final step of the color revolution. We're almost
report
there.
on it, but I'm not
Here's
getting involved.
Here's another one we got of these lunatics that are like clearly mentally ill. They always look like this. And this is a new, I don't remember as a kid like people looking like this.
Well, that septum piercing is where the leash is attached.
So get a gun and start killing ICE agents, she says. I'm assuming it's a she.
You can just kill ICE
Trauma
agents.
is their identity. That's what they
You can just kill ICE agents. You know that? You can just kill them. You don't have to hold your phone in their face and ask people when their birthday is and ask people what their name is and then try to find wherever they end up in Los Angeles. You can kill them. What? This isn't about social media clout. This isn't about video. This isn't about the phone. This is about get a gun and start killing ICE agents.
All right, so why isn't she arrested?
They are deputized corrections officers.
And also, I want to say thank you. I want to give her a shout out and say thank you for not showing us her zipper tits.
God damn it. Oh my Lord, dude. They're doing a good job. I'm telling you, they're doing a good job. They're doing a good job making people go fucking crazy.
You're right, dude. MK clone.
It's our job. It's our job to get on these streams all the time and just remind people that none of this shit is real and just don't take the bait. Don't take the bait.
This is crazy.
It's that simple. Don't take the bait.
This thing doesn't even exist. This thing is an enigma. It's an enigma of George Soros Jr.'s fucking imagination, or Alex Soros Jr. That's his name, Alex Soros. This is an enigma of his imagination. Don't give him just. If you want to be mad at anyone, just be mad at these overlords that run our world.
Yeah, that person didn't ask for that when they came out of the womb, I'm sure.
I can't imagine they did.
No. So.
It was not a request that was made.
What the fuck brought them there? And man, yeah, it looks like they got the tits chopped off.
Years of indoctrination, and then the ones that were deemed to be weak enough to be picked off were picked off, and then they were heavily medicated with medications that poisoned their minds. And then, as all of that was taking place, all at the same time, we were seeing them attacked from every angle, and the weaknesses that were created in their brains were exploited. And then you wind up with that.
Yeah. Yeah. Imagine her parents. My God. Horrible.
I mean, you can't be anything but sad about it at this point. But it's our job, like I said, it's our job to just show this stuff and remind people, just don't take the bait.
No.
Never.
But there is
This is not. Go ahead, Dave.
No, you go ahead, man.
They want that shot to be fired. They want that first shot to be fired. Don't take the bait.
Dude, so bad. So bad. So bad. They want Kyle Rittenhouse times 10, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So here's another one. We got this guy here. Unhinged leftist claims that when Commander Bavino goes to Philly, he's going to end up 4 feet shorter with his head on a pike. What the fuck?
What the heck?
Who's Commander Bavino? He must be an ICE agent, I'm assuming.
Sure seems that way.
Or a border patrol.
All right, let's hear what this guy has to say.
Yeah. Looks like border
Apparently
patrol.
Greg Bavino
is done in Minneapolis, they're going to go to Philly next, which, holy shit, that is certainly a fucking choice, my dude. At least we know where you're going to end up about 4 feet shorter with your head on a pike.
Oh.
So apparently Greg Bavino
I
says
imagine
once
he's in
ICE is
custody
done in
right now.
Minneapolis, they're gonna go to Philly next,
because
which,
we don't do arrests. Because if we did
if we
did arrests, we could shut down some of this. Some of this could be quelled. But if we do arrests, then that's going to put a big stick in the spokes of the color revolution.
Would you want that guy arrested?
No, I want that guy committed to a mental institution for the rest of his life. Bring back asylums. Bring back asylums right now and stuff these people in them. I don't want them to suffer. I want them to be treated and cared for because they're humans just like we are.
Yeah, no, he shouldn't get arrested for that, but yeah.
No.
You don't think he should, John?
Here's what I think. I think this whole thing with them, the Miami Beach, where they came in and for that Palestinian post or whatever, the thing we were talking about at the beginning, like they're doing that for the one side like they did in the UK, right? Like they're not going to go they're not going to go into somebody's home that's anti-ICE, right? No, it's going to be the other people. So that's going to be a way to stoke the civil war if there's going to be one. They're not fucking with that side when it comes to that, and that's going to piss the other people off and blah blah blah. Here we go. That's kind of what I was getting at. Sorry, it's late.
Yeah, no doubt.
Wasn't very
man.
articulate, but you kind of get what I'm saying.
No, they're like Sean said, they're dying for us to shoot off this first shot. They want somebody to shoot it, and they want retaliation, and they're going to let it happen.
I can only imagine how far and wide that story would be blasted if they got that
guys
shot.
Get their heads blown off. That story disappeared pretty quick, huh? The Afghani guy that they brought here under the CIA program that blew the head off of the National Guard. I think they were like, oh shit, people are gonna find this one out quick. Let's just get it out of the news cycle. Because I mean, dude, why isn't that like all over the news? So that's two. What were they? Was it National Guard?
You're talking about the dude who went into the camp, right, or went into the base and started shooting, right?
No, I think like right out near the White House. So the two, they were stationed in D.C. and the Afghanistan guy blew their heads off, or maybe one of them died. You know what I'm talking about? See, that's already out of the news cycle, dude. I mean, it was.
I mean, how could you remember all of the? That's the way it's designed. The news cycle is just a continual gut punch over and over again. How are you supposed to remember the BS you saw yesterday?
Here it is. Pull me up.
I think. Yeah, this guy. Yeah. Fucking CIA brought him here.
The suspect in the D.C. shootings has been identified. 29-year-old Afghan national Ramanullah Lakhanawal. Per multiple reports, he was brought here in 2021 by Joe Biden. When staging the attack, he allegedly screamed, Allah Akbar, executive publicly.
He worked for like the CIA for like 10 years in Afghanistan, something crazy like that. As like a translator or some shit like that.
Oh my God.
That's not a conspiracy.
Yeah, this is stupid, man. Yeah, what is going on?
Yeah, dude, that's where we're at with that. It's crazy, dude.
I gotta get
the rest of my tabs here that I got lined up are kind of random.
Well, randomness
so we're just gonna
good.
go with it. Yeah, we got some random going on. John, if you want to go ahead and read this next one.
Sure. Antifa agitator attacked 2 conservative independent journalists on a Philly bus, pepper spraying them, punching them, and trying to grab their phone. What the? Do it. Run it.
Let's check it out.
You talk shit about black people, you talk shit about Mexicans, and you post it on the internet.
Oh my God, dude. What the?
I want to be on camera now. Why not? Whoa, 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 whoa. I'll record. All right. Good. Why do you do that? Why do you do that? I mean, you're so big. What am I?
Can you pause it real quick? Why?
Yeah.
What happened before all this? What's going on? Like, why did this start?
I don't know, honestly. I imagine they were like filming some sort of live stream of conservative content.
Yeah, context is important with this one.
But
I imagine
doubt
because it says two young conservative journalists, so I assume they were streaming something of conservative content. Could have been race baiting. Who knows?
That conservative side doesn't really agitate people in public too much as opposed to the other side. I can at least see that. Yeah, okay. Let's finish it. My bad.
Whoa, 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 whoa!
Pepper spraying him.
Oh my god.
She got the back of my head with pepper spray. That was interesting. She's still there.
Fuck you. And
why?
Fuck the shit that
she's coming back. You're gonna get fucking. Okay, so her name's Paulina. Paulina Reyes. There she is. You want to wait? You want to hang out for the cops? She's coming back. Yeah, she's gonna wait for the cops. She's coming back.
And you fucking harass me.
How about this
That's your fucking problem.
You want to hang out for the cops?
How am I a racist?
That shit never happened years ago, you know?
No.
Or maybe it did and we just didn't know because cell phones weren't taping everything.
Yeah, we didn't have all this. People weren't so bogged down by content overload. You know how messed up these kids were.
Come here. Come here. Right here. You good? Second pepper spray, baby. Better than ever. If you would like to contribute so we can get a car and not get harassed on buses,
She got him there.
US, all contributions are appreciated. We're never going to stop. They can pepper spray me. They can mace me all they want. I will never stop. But it's a beautiful day here in Philadelphia. And, yeah, I guess that happens every
I'd rather
once in a
never
while.
be in Philly if I
He
can
took
help
it well.
If I could pull one positive out of all of this, and it's hard to find a positive in all of this, but that positive for me would be the fact that a lot of these independent journalism videos we're seeing nowadays are by truly younger people younger than us. And, you know, there is a part of me that has a little bit of hope for our future based on, you know, the age of people that are making the most noise right now. You know, it's typically the younger folks that drive what happens.
Yeah, they don't seem as easily as brainwashed as the previous previous generation.
There's a big reason probably behind that, and in my thoughts, you know, that reason is today's generation, the media is all consumed on the phone. Those previous generations all had a spot in front of a TV at some point in the day and were fed the right stuff at the right times. This newer generation of people, you know, don't have that anymore. It's all content, it's all choice, it's all what they want to take in, and they're able to, you know, draw their own conclusions and then, you know, find content similar to what piqued their interest. And that's the big difference, I think, between then and now.
Yeah, well said.
Totally agree, dude. Very well said.
Do you have a good amount of stuff left?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, run it.
So the next one.
How many
is,
tabs? How many tabs do we have left out of 32? That's what I want to know.
24.
Dave?
I'm here. I'll just mute it for a second.
We got 12 left.
Wow. That's actually, I thought we'd have more.
That's a solid pace, man. We're rolling.
Let's do it. Keep it moving.
This is great.
Okay, so a very controversial figure, Jake Lang, right? We may interview him. We're still kind of up in the air about platforming him or not.
Hop in the comments and let us know if you think we should.
Him. Yeah, if we do, we will ask him the hard questions. I promise you that. That much I do promise you. If we do end up interviewing him, how's he getting the money to do all this shit? But anyway, he was caught up in a mob. I'm not even sure where the fuck this happened. But I'm gonna go ahead and play the video. He got fucked up by the mob. Like they probably would have killed him had he not been saved, or if this is all just a show. I don't know. But here it is. You guys decide. You getting any value?
Yes.
So apparently he was stabbed, beaten, bleeding. Yeah. I don't know,
Horrifying to
man.
see that in our cities.
It'd be
Horrifying.
interesting to interview him. I want to know where he's getting the money from to go do all this shit, travel the whole country and stir the shit up. He was the one that had the bacon, slapping the bacon with the Quran. And, you know, he's a paid agitator, is what a lot of people claim.
Well, you know what they say. They say controversy creates cash.
Yeah, I mean, he kissed the wall, dude, right when he got out of prison from J6.
And now for a word from our sponsor, the Wellness Company, John.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome. Get me off this. I don't want to do it. It's
Well,
too
anytime
late.
that weeping wall comes up, we got to make sure we do what we're paid to do.
Okay.
All right, disclaimer: we're not paid. This is a joke. This is a joke.
Joke, disclaimer.
I know.
We would like a sponsor though, if you're out there.
In the meantime, you can buy us a coffee if you want to support our independent work. And all show long, there's been a QR code on the screen. Scan that if you like what you see and you want to, help us do different things. Maybe fund some travel and some remote productions and things like that. We've got the tech to do it. We just need to be able to afford to get out there and do it. And the way to do that and get that started, maybe we could do some crackdowns on some predators and things like that. But the way to start all these crazy ideas we've got in our heads is to buy us a coffee. We're not going to stop either way, but every coffee you buy gets us one step closer to continuing here.
Can you make it a little bigger?
On this one, I could.
Yeah, just on this one. I'm just having a little trouble seeing it. It might happen for others.
So, we'll do another Jake Lang video from that same incident here. Say this.
Dude, BG on the scene has so many videos in the past year or two of this
He
stuff.
goes all the way back to 2020, dude. This dude's been in it forever. He was big in Seattle during all the summer of love. There was a lot of love. Love, tenderness, all those good things.
Fuck you, bitch! You got me from home? Fuck you, hoe!
This is out of control.
So, interesting. Yeah, he was getting mob attacked, apparently.
And look, you can't go just leave it. You can't let this go on. There's got to be people on the opposite side. I mean, it's not like Jake Lang's going in there with hurting people, maybe with his words and his demonstration.
And he's saying some pretty fucked up shit, that's for sure.
There's no doubt about it.
Trying to cause some major division.
Yeah,
That's for damn
that's a
sure.
problem too. The whole, it doesn't need to be stoked any further. Really doesn't.
No. So, in other news, in India, there's a killer elephant who's on the loose. He's already killed 22 people, and it's over a 10-day period.
What?
Yeah, dude.
I think we should buy him for the U.S. military. He could do a great job.
Look at him, bro. He's not fucking around.
Oh my god.
Holy shit.
Oh my god. Oh my.
Holy shit.
Yo, this came out of nowhere. This video.
So, India, dude. That's another life over there, dude. They don't live like us.
I mean, how could you when there's elephants running around trampling and killing people?
And they roll around in poop.
22 dead over a 10-day period, bro. This guy is taking his time. He's picking his fucking targets.
Where is he lurking from? In the woods? Where? They don't see this coming? 22?
Over 10 days.
Well, no. Here's another question, though.
That's multiple strikes.
Here's another question, though. If you're just a basic villager without a lot of resources, how the hell do you stop an elephant? I'm surprised it's not more.
Oh my god, dude! You got any more of those lined up?
This is ridiculous. Just look at it again. He's just picking people off one after the other.
Yeah.
Look at him throw him with that trunk. Barely just moves him.
Whoa.
Yeah, but seriously, how do you stop that?
He went 10, 15
Then he just
feet.
stomped his head. Probably just turned his head into a pancake. Man.
I've instructed Pete Headset to reach out and get the contact information
These
for
dudes
that
don't
elephant.
got
We're
guns. I don't think the government allows them to have guns in India. Can you ask Grok that, John?
What do you want me to ask him?
Are Indians allowed to have guns?
Let's do it live. Bring it up on your screen share. Just so they don't think it's fabricated. Actually, we're going full screen for this one.
Heavily regulated from a general right. Civilian firearm ownership is permitted only with a license, and licenses are issued on a strict may-issue basis. The primary law is the Arms Act 1959. Most notably in 2019 it was amended. Civilians can legally own and possess certain firearms only if they obtain a license from local licensing authority. What the heck? Crop protection. So what's that? Why? So they can have guns.
Yeah, the farmers and shit. But I doubt many have them. But I mean, and then again, I don't know what kind of gun. You need a special gun to stop an elephant.
Yeah, you need tranks.
And I'm willing to bet that nobody has it.
No.
At least those 22 people didn't have it.
Damn, man. That's rough.
It sure is.
Do you have anything else along those lines?
Well, I said we were going to get to this a little bit later in the show, so we finally got to it. But designer babies. This is the new trend. They got these things in the subways in New York City. They're advertising. It's a company called Nucleus IVF Plus. And basically their concept is you get to pick the genetics of your baby. Let's see one of their ads they're running in the subway currently. Have your best baby.
Scan this QR code and create your own child today in the mall. You freaks.
Yeah, man.
IVF done right. Are you kidding me?
Dude.
Playing God right now, man. You know, you're picking what eye color. I read all sorts of wild shit. Like, you can.
Yeah, I mean, if you're any kind of a believer.
Eye color, even IQ, dude. IQ. Why wouldn't you just create like an ultra smart, like just brain? Well, I guarantee you, they have clones that are probably just like super smart, or they're going to.
We're just gonna have to go away from the cities, like you said, and just live like normal people.
We'll never know. It will be hard to know.
Well, like.
They will.
What I've always heard that, you know, when you start to play God, that's if you're a believer, that's when, you know, God has to take some sort of action. You know, I shudder to think of what is in our world's future. Again, it's not a It's not a thought that ever brings comfort to my heart. It never does.
If the seas are going to part, they're going to do soon. Or they, man.
They may already be parting. We just don't see it yet.
This is an ad just in a public space. That is phenomenally nuts.
Well, and the argument that you would get would be, oh, if we want to make sure that the baby doesn't have autoimmune disorders or is at disadvantage before they have a child, why wouldn't we want to get the best outcomes possible? No, you're playing God. And that's not okay.
No, it's not okay. I don't believe it's okay. I'm going to mute myself. Sorry, I'm eating.
Yeah, no, it's not. It's definitely not, dude. That's just like you're gonna have gay couples doing that stuff, and that's just it feels gross even thinking about it, man.
It sure
It
does.
feels gross thinking about it. I wish they would make that illegal, but unfortunately, we're gonna see that just ramp up even more and more. You're going to start seeing babies getting born in sacks outside of the human body. We've already seen the test dummies for that. Yeah, dude, robot babies. Where they say it's safer, the mother doesn't have to go through labor and all that stuff, so it's better for the body. You're gonna hear all sorts of wild stuff, and like I always come back to these damn sex robots, dude. And when they roll those things out in the mass, there's gonna be no need to populate anymore.
Bye population. The second those things come out,
Yeah.
bye population.
When they're top quality and you can afford one, fuck, it's over with.
All the benefits and none of the trouble. Like even people who are righteous are going to sign up.
And this plays perfect into the next tab that I have.
Does it at least improve a little bit, or is it getting worse? Are we getting worse as we go here? Are these last 10 worse or better? Just tell us.
2 games in a row, you had a very popular porn star, Abella Danger, I believe her name is. So
I have no idea who this is. You'll have to tell us.
She's a very popular. She's a top 5 porn star for the last few years, and
I bet her dad's really proud.
Showed her twice. They've showed her twice now on ESPN at like hurricane games. Like they're subliminally putting this crap out there into people's heads and pushing their pornography further. She's a current porn star. She's not like a retired one or anything like that. But to show up on ESPN twice, like, what the fuck? Yeah. And like everybody, if you watch porn, you know who she is. If you've seen porn, anyways. So
they've tried that a lot over the years with different porn stars.
Yeah, it's wild. They're really trying to make them mainstream. They do a lot of these streams too, these live streams with like a lot of those people that we saw early in the show. They do live streams with a bunch of those degenerates, and they are trying to get these people more mainstream and more, make our country more degenerate. Just it's horrible, dude. Porn destroys people's lives. They get addicted to it, and they just feel like no need to go out there and like find the real thing. It's fucking sick and sad.
That it is.
And like she's gonna have no soul, dude. By the time her career's over with, forget about it.
Like if you're in that type of position and that's the type of work you do, like when it's all over, like what how could you possibly feel about your body at work? How could you possibly feel about the sanctity of your own body being invaded over and over and over and over again? And if if you're blessed if you're blessed enough to have children, how can you look your children in the eye, knowing that probably people have seen your child's mother in that state? I don't know.
That poor Avatar.
It's just
poor Avatar.
Yeah, it doesn't sit good with me.
No, it's terrible. So, I thought this was kind of funny. I mean, we'll jump into the next one here. We got a. I imagine this was at the Jake Lang protest. A Muslim man kisses a Quran but realizes that it has pork in it.
Oh God.
All right. I'm not gonna lie. I don't like shit like that. I don't want people on our side doing shit like that.
No, and that's this is the big issue with Jake Lang that a lot of people have an issue with. They were calling him a Fed before he was doing this stuff, and now he's doing like this extreme stuff, going around like I think he cooked like a pig's head on a Quran or something.
Maybe we do platform this guy and ask him why he has to continue fanning the flame. Like, what's he gaining from it? Why are you doing this? Maybe we could be the ones that could change the way he conducts himself. Or if he can, or here's a question: if he conducted himself any differently, would his virality go away? Would he matter anymore?
Yeah,
and that's the problem. That's the root of the problem.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's a good question, because maybe not. Yeah, this is stupid shit. I mean,
I don't like that shit. It doesn't
funny,
make me happy. It doesn't make me laugh.
Yeah. Yeah, like you wouldn't want it happening to the Bible.
Well, no. For us to laugh at that,
American flag, or
for us to laugh at that makes it okay to laugh at America's favorite sodomite Don Lemon going into a Christian church.
You're gonna beat that cool, funny quote like a dead horse, there, Sean.
No, that's what I do.
Isn't that true? And I call you out.
That's my MO.
That's what I do.
And we'll give them one of these, and we'll give them one of those. Plenty of examples.
All right.
That's why y'all love me, though, right?
One.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Extremely random. This one. I guess inspired by the time travel of Candace Owens and Charlie Kirk. Somewhat, but not really. Let's see.
Time travel, so it's like half funny to me.
Is this AI?
What is happening? If it's not AI, it's impressive.
It's not AI.
I don't know.
Texas Ranger. It doesn't look like AI yet.
It's either AI or this guy's got the smoothest hands in the world,
or it's just not AI. It's just like an edit, like a photo video. Green screen.
We also do have to remember that people were walking backwards at numerous times through the clip.
Yeah, that's what got me.
Well, he could be walking backwards and doing that and then playing it forward, right?
All I know is I'm fascinated by the whole thing.
Watch it again.
Yeah, that's why I added that. I was just completely fascinated. And I was completely fascinated by the next one, too. This one right here is just like, she's back. Or, I'm sorry, he's back.
Oh God.
Yes.
You want to go ahead and read the caption for us, John?
If I hear
Michelle Obama says she is mindful to try to avoid white-owned brands, and others also should be mindful. You fucking scum.
Now that's an aging transgender.
Yeah, that might not even be either.
It might not be. It might even be a different whole another thing.
Big Mike.
Big Mike.
Right.
If I hear of someone whose fashion that I like, and I know that they're a person of color, I try to make it a point. But the clothes have to be available. You know, I think we can all do some work to think about that balance in our wardrobes. You know, what does our closet look like and who's in it? Who are we supporting in it?
Right.
You know, and I think if you have the money to buy Chanel, then you have the money to buy everybody.
Right.
And so let us be mindful.
Yeah, and
I think
afterwards,
would
why
be
don't we
my
all go take a
advice.
drink out of the Blacks
If
Only
I
fountain,
hear
eat at the
of
Blacks Only
someone
restaurant, and
whose
then
fashion that I like, and I
Right. We'll bring Jim Crow back.
Where are we
Will that make
going
you
with
happy?
This bitch was in the White House. She's saying this. He's saying this. That. You scumbag, dude. Fuck off.
What are you gonna go buy? FUBU? Let's.
FUBU. Tommy Hilfiger and FUBU.
Well, where we
Tommy's
come from, I've seen so many
No, that
people
was the
walking
white
the
people.
streets in those.
black?
No. Tommy Hilfiger was like the white people's clothes, and FUBU.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we'd have
In
to
the
wear a
90s.
Tommy. Yeah, and Nautica.
You
I
had
don't
to have
know. who
some
owns
Nautica.
Hugo Boss. I know that was Nazi. That was like Nazi made.
Really?
That was started by the Nazis. Hugo Boss.
Get this guy
If
off
you
your
didn't know
shit.
that tidbit of history.
Cut him off.
What do we got next? Nothing like seeing a good old Karen get fucked up.
Now that I know you have these lined up like this, I'm definitely going to come swinging next time with more.
You might want to repark your car, though. I'm very. Whoa, man! Get off my stuff. Get off. Hey! Don't touch my stuff.
Man.
Do not touch my stuff.
What the fuck is wrong with you?
What are you
Who
doing?
you?
Don't touch my stuff again.
What do you do?
Spray paint.
That's what you get for putting your hands on people.
What would you have done?
Same thing if I had the spray.
Right? Would you ever have punched her?
No. I mean, if I got assaulted, I would definitely...
That's where I'll find out.
Like she's grabbing your hands and shit.
I'd probably do like a sweep move and just trip her down slowly, get her down the ground, and just be like, "Yo, get the fuck away from me! You're gonna touch me, I'm gonna defend myself." But yeah, I mean, what was that?
Yeah, that was good, right?
Mm-hmm.
Nothing like that.
Well, I don't know, guys, but all of this stuff, even Big Mike, it does give me some vibes, and I just thought you might enjoy them.
Shit.
Oh,
Energy. They them energy. They them energy. They them energy.
Now I'm finally awake. 2 hours of the stream to wake me up. God, I knew I needed the right energy, dude. God, fired back another hour. Another hour.
Oh, just give me 10 minutes, man. 10-minute intermission. I'll give 30 more tabs up.
My wife has been asking me. My wife has been asking me to get that clip into one of these shows for forever, and now I can show it to her, and she'll be happy.
Play it again. Play it
again.
Play it
All right,
again.
I'll play that thing all day long. Let's do it. Loop it. Let's loop it.
They them energy.
10 minutes.
They them energy. They them energy.
I mean, dude.
Energy. They them energy.
Hey, I mean, they got people to say it, so.
The thing that just wraps it all up in a big giant beautiful bow for me is the dab at the end. when the drum hits.
Man. That's confidence. That's being brave.
Stunning too.
That's being your true self. You gotta love it.
All right, Dave. What's next?
So,
I know, right?
Unfortunately, it's MLK Day. You know, the black people should be celebrating, but unfortunately, they're having some gang violence or some street, some party violence, some street party. What do they have? They like street parties, right?
Man.
I wish I had context.
Dude, if social media never happened, we wouldn't be going
Imagine
backwards
somebody's
like this.
bars got stolen or somebody's bull lost.
Whoever posted this couldn't even flip the video. Dang.
Yeah.
Left like this.
You guys ever seen one of these in real life?
What a brawl
Big
out.
fight
I mean,
breakout.
one of these breaks out 3 times a week at the Galleria Mall around here.
Right? And they basically
Literally,
shut
yeah.
it down because of that, huh?
Yeah. So I hesitated taking
I don't know
my
why
niece
it's
there.
sideways. But look at this shit. They're just punching the punch.
Man. We're shot, man.
Not on MLK
shot.
Day, man. Come on now.
It's just a shame to see. It's just a shame to see shit like that.
It is, but don't worry. The next tab is going to brighten it up for everybody. It's the final tab. I don't know if you guys are ready for it, but I think we should probably close the show out.
Dude,
with,
we're just almost at 2
a
hours.
nice-
That's like a perfect run.
Yeah, and we're
Perfect
pushing that 3 a.m. time. I couldn't
good.
I
Yeah,
couldn't
no,
enjoy
not
it
work
anymore or
early,
be
huh?
with better people.
Well,
All right, stop this
we
horror
got a,
loop. I've had enough.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. So, unfortunately, that's going on in society still, and there's nothing we can do. Even on MLK Day. But this next one is gonna leave us all in a good mood. We're all gonna go to bed nice, sleep good. But I don't know if you guys seen this video before, but it's Larry King introducing a 12-year-old Ben Shapiro to perform the theme from Schindler's List.
What?
Oh boy.
And one of Ben's goals as a child was to become the first Orthodox rabbi to sit on the Supreme Court.
My
So let's take it.
Isn't that wholesome?
Let's send it.
I guess if you pray, just pray tonight for the world and yourselves.
While we are being served
God.
dessert, we have a very special treat for you.
Can you turn it up a notch, Dave?
Benjamin Shapiro is 12 years old. He'll be accompanied by his father, David. He began training on the violin at age 5.
That's good,
In addition to the violin, he plays chess, loves baseball, completes in track and field. His goal is to become the first Orthodox rabbi to sit on the Supreme Court.
Oh, my God.
Meaning of court will have to close at 3 o'clock on
Shabbat
Friday.
Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom, baby.
Also, he wants
Put
to be
your
the
phone
first
in
to
the
give a
trunk drawer.
concert at Carnegie Hall. However, before all of this, he has to be bar mitzvahed.
It clipped.
He will play for us the theme from Schindler's List. Ladies and gentlemen, Benjamin Shapiro.
Oh, fuck.
Unreal. No, I have not seen this.
How is this? It is real, by the way. It's
You're
not
seeing it
some
now.
AI creation.
It's totally real.
Oh boy.
Oh, my Lord. Look at him. He's been... Oh my God, dude. He was platformed at that young age.
Are you hearing his violin?
Oh yeah.
I didn't get to hear it. It wasn't playing for me, unfortunately. But I've heard it quite a few times. It's a beautiful tune. Mr.
That doesn't-
Shapiro.
if
So,
that-
yeah, that's all I got, guys. I thought that was a good one to end it.
It was a hell of a lineup,
but,
man. Respect. It really was. And that inspired
Yeah.
me to actually want to come swinging with more random stuff. I like this. I like the randomness, and it was all pretty relevant stuff.
Yeah, we kept a little storyline at the beginning. We what did we go through? We went through the big time influencers that are going to get us all fucked on anti-Semite laws
They're
because
coming.
they're so freaking
Be
low
ready.
IQ. And
Don
then what
Lemon.
else did we cover? Then we covered Don Lemon. And we covered the Somalis. And we got a little random. But yeah, that was good.
All
I
in all, a
enjoyed
fun
it.
night in the office.
Yeah, man. We'll
So-
late night in the office.
Always a big night in the office. So, Dave, what do we got coming up in the next little bit?
Oh, I almost forgot. Wednesday, we got T-Mobile. You want to pull his page up?
Yeah, Mark. Yep. Let me see it.
We've had to reschedule this guy a couple times, but he's apparently a whistleblower for T-Mobile. I'm not gonna lie, I don't know too much of his story, so we're gonna find out a lot of it on Wednesday.
P-A-L-A.
I got it. It was P-A. I thought it was P-O. Okay. There we are. Yep. Mark Palaciano. That's how I'm saying it until he corrects me. Palaciano.
It's got to be Palaciano.
Yeah. Yep. I watched, definitely dug into a few of his videos. Not probably enough. Probably should do a little more today, tomorrow, and get ready for this. But yeah,
Yeah, that's Wednesday. Today's Monday. Yeah,
he's out here blowing the whistle on everything T-Mobile's doing to usher in that technocratic state that we've talked about with so many different guests on this show.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Systems.
Yeah, I wonder if he has anything to say about that outage that just happened. I'm curious about his whole story. I don't know too much. I'm very interested to see what he has to say. I do know he spent some time in the slammer for this, so he's very serious about this cause.
I mean, if you were hauled off in cuffs over it before and you're still out there doing it, respect. Especially if it's things that are really helping the American people.
I'm like, we need to hear this dude out.
Yeah, so he's going to be here Wednesday night.
Got that coming up. Wednesday night, we will be back.
Yes. So until then, like we've said a million times on this show, share this show and, let everybody know that this is all fake. Let everybody know, like we've said numerous times, touch some grass. Be kind to thy neighbor. Talk to your neighbor.
It's fake, but it does affect our lives. Though it is fake, it does affect us.
Take it with a grain of salt.
Well, take it with a grain of salt and put the energy out in the world. The only thing that can defeat it is that positive energy that we all put into the world. So, do your part. Put that out there. Talk to your neighbor. Be a friend. Be a good person. It's not hard. It's not hard. So on that note, I want to say thanks to everybody for tuning in. We'll be back Wednesday night. The war is just beginning, and we're getting started. We want answers. We're coming for them. So for Dave, for John, and for Isaac's Army, I'm Big Sean. We'll see you guys Wednesday night. Take care of yourself and each other. Peace.
The only reason I say I didn't want to do it for the initial.
What is up, everybody? I am Jake Angeli, and welcome to the Occult Apocalypse Show. This is a warning and a disclaimer. A lot of the content that we are going to be covering in this show will be disturbing to some viewers. We suggest that you have a warrior mentality because you're going to need it to get through this one. I promise you that. This show is for all the victims of Hollywood. It's for all the young children. It's all for all the adults, all of the people that have been eaten alive by this unholy machine. with that said, we are going to try to inject some humor into all of this. There will most certainly be some foul fucking language, so you better, be prepared for that. But at the end of this, we are going to explain why all of this stuff has been occurring in Hollywood and how it relates to things that have been going on in the world for thousands of years. So I suggest you hold on to your hats because this is going to be a wild ride. All right, you guys, in this episode, what we're going to be doing is we're going to be going through a quick outline. We're not going to dive really deep on any of these topics. We're going to cover these topics a little later on in far more depth in other episodes. But in this episode, we're going to give a quick rundown and a history of how it is that mind control, ritual abuse, handlers, Satanism, pedophilia, and all of these things are pervasive throughout Hollywood in its entirety in its history. So let's start with Charlie Chaplin. Okay. So for those of you that don't know who Charlie Chaplin is, I'm sure you know his face. So Mr. Producer, can you please pull up Charlie Chaplin's face for these people? So Charlie Chaplin was like the star of the silent film industry. And what a lot of people don't know about him is that he was actually accused of being a rapist and a pedophile. I believe, Dave, didn't he have like something like a girlfriend that was like 14 years old?
He ran away to Mexico to escape persecution, and he got married in Mexico because there was laws there where you can marry a 16-year-old. I believe she was 16 at the time. And then he divorced her at the age of 18 and married another 16-year-old. So, he's definitely got a history of pedophilia, to say the least. And the fact that he's celebrated the way he is just so crazy to me.
And most people don't even know this about him. It's absolutely crazy. You'd think that this would be something that would spread like wildfire once people found out. So that's part of the reason we're bringing this to people's attention.
Yeah, we want to show it all. We want to show the deception and the hidden agenda that the powers of that mainstream media and Hollywood have, and we want to kind of help you see what's really going on behind the veil. So
right,
this is really the main point of this show, is to kind of inform you guys and just kind of build a narrative and show it to you in a way you can digest it.
Right. So now you were telling me something about Shirley Temple. What was that you were saying about Shirley Temple and her first role in Hollywood?
Yeah, this one was crazy to me as I did a little research. Shirley Temple's first credited role was in the movie called War Babies, where it was a burlesque type movie of children, which is fucking crazy. And she was a 3-year-old prostitute in the movie. That was her credited scene, first role. So it's not like they're trying to hide this stuff. I mean, like back then they didn't have the internet and Twitter and all this stuff where, people could point this out and be like, what the fuck? This is the actual stuff that was going on back then. So it's nothing new.
No, nothing new. And she aged relatively well considering, all the trauma and stuff that she went through.
Well, she retired at the age of 22. She got out of the game. She had already been through the ringer,
Well, didn't you say something about how like her there was a video up on the Occult Apocalypse show Twitter page about how she was talking about how she went to a producer in Hollywood and the guy came out naked or something, and she went with her mom, and her mom went into another room with another Hollywood producer, and he hit on her and tried to sleep with her, and then they left the building both like silent and were just flabbergasted at what they were going through and what they had gone through, and they shared with each other in the ride home what exactly had happened, right?
Yeah, you can check this video out, like Jake said, on our Twitter page for the Occult Apocalypse show at the OA crew. And it's crazy. It's with it's Larry King is the interviewer, I believe.
Right, yeah.
And it's nuts, man. I mean, I think that's how they test people to see how they react, or if they're able to get their claws in. Like, it seems like that's what that situation was. to see how they'd because they tried to play it off like, oh, I just walked into a room and the guy was naked.
Oh, I was naked. Yeah, sorry, you walked into the wrong room here.
Totally normal.
I didn't know you were coming. My apologies. Do you like my penis?
Yeah, insane, man, absolutely insane. So yeah, she got out of the game by 22, and obviously
that makes sense.
Exactly.
Well, so another person that was heavily abused in Hollywood is Judy Garland. Now, Judy Garland, for most people that don't know that name, she was the woman that played Dorothy in The Wizard of Oz. And from what I understand, she was treated very, very badly by her handlers, by her managers and her agent and stuff like that. They were like shaming her to lose weight. They were telling her that she was like ugly and stuff. So this comes down to this thing about like mind control and abuse on behalf of these handlers, and how there's these people behind the scenes that are like abusing these beautiful young women and convincing them that they are ugly, or convincing them that they're less or whatever. And in the process, they get their claws in. So let's review really quick. Charlie Chaplin, pedophile. Okay. Shirley Temple, she's, being asked to be a child prostitute, 3-year-old prostitute in her film. Okay. Next, we have Judy Garland. And if you see the progress of Judy Garland from when she first got into Hollywood, Mr. Producer, can you please pull that up for me? Let's show the progression really quick from when she was young to when she was old, because that's when she started out young and in Hollywood, beautiful young girl. Right. And then as she aged, she still kept some of her beauty. But then as she got older, you can see how it is that this career in Hollywood took its toll on her. And then like the last picture of her before she died, look at how skinny she is.
And she was only, I believe, 47 when she died.
It's crazy, dude. So once again, we got pedophilia, we've got, exploiting children at a young age. We've got mind control, we got abuse, and we got these handlers that are doing all of this stuff to these people. Now, another example of pedophilia in Hollywood would be Walt Disney. Walt Disney was an accused pedophile. He was also, from what I understand, a Nazi sympathizer, and he was a 33rd degree Mason. So this just goes to show how early on this stuff was going on. Now, Sammy Davis Jr. was actually an open Satanist.
He was a card holder.
Yes,
he was a card holder
from the Rat Pack. Card holder. Yeah. Now you said he was like a warlock or something.
Yeah, he made it to I don't know how high that is. We got to check, but he made it to level warlock. I know like high priest is, I believe, what Anton LaVey was. So I don't know where warlock falls, but it's probably not too far from the top.
Right. There's the picture of Anton LaVey, the founder of the Church of Satan, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, and big character
Sammy
here
Davis
in all
Jr.
this in this storyline we're trying to tell here.
Right. So it just goes to show how Hollywood has been, basically infiltrated by Satanists since its beginning. And how these people are getting these movie roles and stuff like that. And if I'm not mistaken, I even heard Sammy Davis Jr. was also accused of pedophilia.
Was he? Yeah,
that's what I heard.
It goes hand in hand with their religion. So
yes, it does.
Wouldn't be shocking.
Right. Now, in that picture with Sammy Davis Jr. and Anton LaVey, founder of the Church of Satan, there's also the guy on the left there is a man named Michael Aquino. Michael Aquino later went on to become a lieutenant colonel in the United States Army.
Yeah, he's a juicy character. There's a lot on this guy. He's probably worthy of an entire episode in the
and we will do one.
Yeah.
Yes, we will do one because there's a lot about this guy. The thing is, he was a part of the Church of Satan in the beginning, but then he went off and he created his own little church, his own little faction called the Temple of Set. Now, Set is the ancient Egyptian version of Satan. Okay, so what we're talking about here are people that are really powerful moguls, either in Hollywood or in Michael Aquino's case, the Washington establishment, the military industrial complex, etc. and how it is that these nefarious forces have inserted themselves in these really influential places that influence people's minds, that influence people's hearts, that influence their emotions, etc. Now, with all of that said, I think it's important that we get into Marilyn Monroe. Frogman, can you please pull up the pictures of Marilyn Monroe and her progression really quick? So Marilyn Monroe, a lot of people suspect, is what is called a sex kitten. So what we're talking about is spies, female spies. Yeah, do you want to
explain to the people what a sex kitten is? Not everybody is going to know what that term means.
Right. Well, let's see the next picture of her. And okay, there we go. We'll just go into this. So a sex kitten or a beta sex slave, they also call them bunnies, kittens, or Mickey Mouse programming. So this is like where we get into this whole idea about like Disney and the Disney kids and like how a lot of these kids are groomed into this stuff and how they're abused behind the scenes. And that's why some of them, end up being so messed up later on in life. Now, whether or not the girls that are in this picture here are, beta sex slaves or sex kittens, I cannot say. But let's just read what this says. The CIA created Project MK Ultra, which we're going to get into in just a second, to control human consciousness. Using technology and handlers, they've developed mind control sex slaves. This sub-project is called Beta Sex Kitten, that involved children being programmed for prostitution. Once the sex alter, now this is where we get into this idea of like mind control and like breaking these kids' minds into an easily moldable sex slave, where they will actually like have sex with these high level people and may not remember it at all because they have like these alter egos. Yeah. That they go into when they are programmed, or like when specific words are said or they hear certain frequencies or whatever. So if you could go back to that really quick. Okay, there we go. So once the sex alter has been activated, the victim's moral compass would be turned off and they would begin to behave like an animal. This is why many Hollywood stars dress like cats, bunnies, and wear Mickey Mouse ears. Many of them have been groomed for sexual purposes from an early age. So this isn't anything new. Now, like I said, I don't know if the women in this picture are fit into that programming or not. It wouldn't surprise me. God knows, I hope not, for their sake. But, we'll get into that in a little bit.
Yeah, I don't want to jump ahead, but there's definitely some modern day ones that we can speculate on. That we all, we'll go there later though.
But this just goes to show how it is that the CIA has been involved in filmmaking for a long time. And Marilyn Monroe, wasn't she sleeping with the president?
Yeah, she got as high up.
Sleeping with. Yeah. And what do? These sex kittens, they sleep with these high profile people to get secrets. They're spies.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
So, and they use the CIA and the deep state. They use these beautiful women and filmmaking and propping them up to create basically like an exotic prostitution type ring, where these high level people in politics or in corporations or in banking or in whatever, even in the entertainment industry, want them really bad because they covet them. They see them so often, right? Yeah. So let's move on really quick. Let's get into Roman Polanski, because Roman Polanski is another example of like Satanism in Hollywood, pedophilia in Hollywood. Didn't you say that Anton LaVey played the Satan in Rosemary's Baby or something?
I swear I read that when I was doing my research for this episode. Yeah, he played the devil in Rosemary's Baby, which is, pretty much all you need to know.
Well, and isn't that movie about like a woman being impregnated by the devil and having like an Antichrist child or something?
Yes. I'm not too familiar with the movie, but yes, that is the basis of it.
Okay, so check this out. Roman Polanski's wife was Sharon Tate. Sharon Tate was the victim, or one of the victims, while she was pregnant, one of the victims of the Helter Skelter. The whole Charles Manson murders.
Oh, it's crazy how all that interconnects. I mean, Roman Polanski has it all. I mean, he's got his wife murdered.
He fled the country, didn't he?
fled the country to France after the allegations against him. Not even allegations. I mean, he was allegations. You could say he was doing court and just took off to France. And I believe this was in the 70s. And he's still on the run. I mean, if he was a touch foot on American soil, he'd be arrested today. But it's hilarious because he's still celebrated in the film industry like he's some kind of hero, which is just goes to show you like what these people are all about.
Well, and then think about this. Charles Manson supposedly was a part of the MK Ultra mind control program. Charles Manson was also a pedophile because a lot of these girls that he was sleeping with were underage. And he was using LSD to like brainwash them. So once again, we come down to MK Ultra and mind control and how it is that these young people are being exploited. Their young minds are being like molded to be they're trying to see how far they can push this line of mind control using psychoactive drugs, using mind control techniques, and yes, technology, things like psychotronic weaponry or electromagnetic weapons, what they call voice of God technology. So it's really kind of telling when you see this trend. So I don't really trust people. I don't trust institutions. I trust patterns. And there's a very specific pattern that is unfolding here. Right now, let's talk about Stanley Kubrick for a second, because Stanley Kubrick has done a number of films. I mean, he did 2001: Space Odyssey, and there's a lot of speculation that Stanley Kubrick was behind the fake moon landing and all that stuff. But I want to talk about Clockwork Orange, because what is Clockwork Orange about? Clockwork Orange is about mind control. The main character is strapped to a chair. Yeah, see, there's the picture. Is strapped to a chair. His eyelids are like forced open and they're dripping like saline in his eyes so they don't get dry. And he's forced to watch images of violence on the television or on the movie screen while they play, I think it's Beethoven's Fifth Symphony in the background. And this is designed to somehow stop him from being violent anytime and every time he hears Beethoven's Fifth Symphony. So, and now let's also talk really quick about, and we're kind of jumping ahead a little bit, but while we're on the subject of Stanley Kubrick, let's talk about Eyes Wide Shut. Yeah. Because Eyes Wide Shut is filled with symbolism. Okay. Yeah. See, here we go. This is like the ritual that Tom Cruise, the main character, finds himself in when he gets an invitation from some dude that was like playing the piano at this elite party. He gets this special password. He gets in the house, and there's like orgies and stuff going on. And there's these like occultic rituals. Everybody's wearing these masks. And what's really crazy about it though, dude, is that there's actually a lot of symbolism in that movie, like the 8-pointed star and stuff like that in the background. Now, what's even crazier though, is that if you look at the pictures of the Rothschilds, like elite parties, okay, they mimic quite a lot. Yeah, see, this is it right here. They mimic quite a lot, like these strange costume parties, these wearings of masks, and how these elites have been doing this for a long time. So it makes me wonder, was Stanley Kubrick invited to one of these parties, and was he trying to get the message out to the people when he made Eyes Wide Shut? And is it any coincidence that he died shortly after that movie was produced?
Yeah, that is a bizarre coincidence. And like we like to say, there is no such thing as a coincidence.
Right.
Yeah. I mean,
yeah. And see, there's King Charles. King Charles with his little mask on. Took it off there for a second. But the case in point is they've been doing this kind of stuff, you guys. This has been going on for a long time, and it still goes on to this day. It's all just really hush hush.
Yeah, it's not like he just made those scenes up in his head. I mean, I think he probably had to have been to a party.
There's a lot of film, a lot of scenes that were edited out of that movie. The producers would not produce it unless they edited out certain scenes. And those were apparently some of the most telling scenes that reveal all this stuff that was going on behind the scenes.
Yeah, I didn't know that. That's pretty damning right there. I mean, yeah.
All right, so now let's talk about Michael Jackson really quick, because Michael Jackson was supposedly raped and passed around in the underground pedophilia rings within the entertainment industry. And this kind of makes me wonder, is this why he had a thing for, shall we say, sleeping with young children. You know, I don't care how famous you are. I don't care how benevolent you are. You don't sleep in a bed with somebody else's kid.
Yeah. Well, there is,
and it was
the rumors that he was castrated by his father. I don't know what
I heard
that
he
does
was chemically castrated, though. I heard he was chemically, like his father was giving him the hormones that they're putting like these kids on nowadays to transition them so that he would stay young and like he wouldn't go into puberty and they would keep the high pitched voice.
Yeah, that's what the rumor is. And if that did happen to him, who knows what kind of damage that does on someone's fucking mind. Clearly the guy was a nutcase, to say the least.
What's weird though is I heard though that like, you know, they made an example of him because he was like going against Sony and he was trying to basically like do things that went against the entertainment industry's agenda. And he was trying to basically use his power and his pull to basically do his own thing. I'm not saying that he's not a pedophile. I'm not saying that at all.
No, we don't. I mean, it's hard to defend him when you have an alarm system throughout your hallway in your house that alerts you when you're sleeping in a bed with kids, if anyone's coming down the hallway, and all sorts of booby traps he had. I mean, it's hard to defend that guy, but at the same time, it's like you feel sorry for him because he clearly has been through the ringer.
Since when? Since a very early age. When what are we talking about here? How they bring these kids in and they program their minds, they get into their heads, and it's a lot easier for these people to dig their claws into a child than it is into an adult.
Of course.
Or even a teenager for that matter.
Well, I mean, that just goes into all the political world today. We're not going to get into it, but you know, the indoctrination.
We'll get into DC in the next episode.
Yeah, we will be doing DC in the next episode for anyone that's interested. But yeah, the indoctrination of children, it kind of plays into that.
And look what's happening now with Disney and all this indoctrination and stuff in Hollywood and the woke agenda and all that shit, right?
Yeah. Yeah. It's all coming to a head.
Now, you told me something about Last Tango in Paris that I was just appalled about.
Yeah, I mean, very popular movie.
Heard it.
Yeah, very popular movie. My wife was actually one of her favorite movies. I just found that out. But really disturbing. If you want to pull the video or the photo up here for me, it's messed up. It's Marlon Brando in Last Tango in Paris, and he's acting with Maria Schneider. And what they do is they surprise rape her in the movie right here. She has no idea this is about to happen. He uses a stick of butter at that. I mean, that's how much.
Isn't that the stick of butter right there on the left?
Right there. Now, yeah, you can see it in the photo there. But absolutely.
He rapes her on camera, right?
Rapes her on camera and gets awards for this movie. Rapes her on, I mean, this isn't that long ago. You know, we're talking in the 70s here. So this is crazy.
Well, didn't you say that they were joking about it behind the scenes?
Well, yeah, that before they did it, him and the producer, what was his name? Bernardo Bertolucci, I believe that's how you say it. Him and Marlon Brando, they thought of the idea. They said, hey, let's do this. We'll get a little shock value out of it, and it will be great for the movie. And that's how they played it off. And they didn't tell her at all. After the fact, they told her, hey, we just wanted to get some real shock out of you. So that was why they did it. And that's how they tried to play it off. And, it actually got banned in some countries because of that scene.
It's a rape.
It's an open rape on TV or Hollywood movie, man. So it doesn't get much crazier than that.
They're pushing rape.
You know what else? You're going to murder somebody like you're going to put a snuff film out there. Like, what's next? You know what I mean?
Well, you know what? Speaking of snuff film, bro, like, you know, let's talk for a second about Hunter S. Thompson. Okay. Because, from what I understand, Hunter S. Thompson actually, first of all, Hunter S. Thompson in his movie or in his book, Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas, talks about taking adrenochrome. Now, for those that are not in the know in the audience, adrenochrome is adrenalized blood. Okay. You get it from a human body. You get it from adrenalized human blood.
It is a real compound. It's not something fake and made up. It's not some conspiracy theory. It's very real.
Well, in the movie or in the book, as well as in the movie, that's the clip from the movie with Johnny Depp where he plays Raoul Duke, who's supposed to be Hunter S. Thompson. Hunter S. Thompson always wrote a lot of these books, his novels, in a way that it could be fiction. Okay, so that he wouldn't necessarily be in trouble for telling the stories of the things that happened. But in the book and in the movie, his attorney, who has this drug, adrenochrome, has this human blood, said that he got it from a Satanism freak who was on trial for child molesting but didn't have any cash to pay him. So he gave him this bottle of adrenochrome and said it would take him higher than he'd ever been in his entire life.
And what do we know about Satanists?
This is a reality.
Yeah, what do we know about Satanists and their religion is that they have to show you what they're doing in order to not have that burden on them.
Right. Well, and in that sense, they say that people are consenting because they've shown people what they're doing. Now, what's really interesting about Hunter S. Thompson is in one of his books, he talks about how they're, during like the football, season and like the fall season, there is like these elite groups of pedophiles that go around and kidnapping children and, selling them on the black market to the highest bidder so they could basically use them as their own little playthings. Now, Hunter S. Thompson
that was in a book you said that he wrote?
I believe so, yes. Okay. Or an article, something like that. Yeah. Now, Hunter S. Thompson also, according to the testimony of his girlfriend before his passing, called his young girlfriend, a coward because she refused to watch a snuff film with him that, from what I understand, I don't know fully. It's just what I've heard. It was a snuff film that he helped film. Now, what's really crazy about that is that Hunter S. Thompson was on David Letterman, and Hunter S. Thompson was asked by David Letterman, what do you do for fun? And he said that he liked to kill. And then David Letterman's like, well, what exactly do you mean? Like Neighbors? And then he's trying to bring levity to it, and the audience kind of laughs in like a hesitant fashion. Yeah. And then Hunter S. Thompson kind of gets quiet and he said, well, we don't want to talk about killing people, do we? And oh, no. And then they laugh it off and then they change the subject. So now what's even more interesting is that there's also something that Hunter S. Thompson wrote about hanging out with some lesbians and going to a massive orgy. So once again, we have, orgies. We have, he's talking about child kidnapping. He's talking about snuff films. He's talking about adrenochrome. It's in his book. The pattern is becoming quite clear. So, with all of that said, let's move on to the 80s here, because what was going on in the 80s? Well, Corey Feldman and Corey Haim were in movies in the 80s. And Corey Feldman and Corey Haim, according to their own testimonies, were being raped during this time in their life by all sorts of powerful moguls and actors and stuff like that in Hollywood. Isn't that right?
Yeah. I think we actually have a little video of them going back and forth towards the end about how they talked about how they both got raped. If we can play that one.
Yeah, that's a crazy video.
Yeah, it happened in the reality show they filmed right before Haim died.
Here we go.
Go ahead and let it rip, yeah.
Get around in my life, man, raped, so to speak, when I was about 14 and a half, and I'm seeing this right now by the guy you used to hang out with and tell me I'm 14 and a half, take responsibility. You know exactly what I'm talking about. What'd you do, man, when you saw that going down when I was 14 to me? What'd you do? You knew about it. Besides being his best friend. What'd you do? Tell us what you did, man.
I believe
lines of cocaine with me. God bless you.
You want to talk about the truth? Okay, well, then let's talk about the truth. I was being molested at the same time by somebody else. What'd you do?
Talk to you about it.
You talked to me about it?
Yeah, sure. You told me while I was sleeping, this happened. I'm like,
right.
You weren't sleeping? Yeah, I was sleeping. Tried to talk to you about it.
Yeah.
Sure.
Were you sleeping?
I was awake.
All right, can you pause it real quick? Because so check this out. This is what's really interesting about this, okay, is that, like, what did he just say? He said that he was doing cocaine.
14.
At 14 years old.
14.
With these, yeah. Now, this is something that I've heard from more than one person that has blown the whistle on this, is that they give these kids drugs, they give them alcohol, they make them feel like they're one of the adults, and then they basically lure them into having sex with them. And because these kids want to have a successful acting career, because they already have these beings' claws in their hearts and minds, and their parents aren't around to defend them. You know, all of a sudden now you're in this position where you got this person offering you cocaine and offering you acting jobs and offering you alcohol, and you're 14, and they basically say this is how things are done in Hollywood, you know, et cetera, et cetera. And yeah. I mean, if we take what Shirley Temple was saying verbatim, that, you know, they have weird ways of coming about this, like where they'll walk in the room naked or something. I mean, it's not any surprise that they would give cocaine and alcohol to underage kids. Especially if they're trying to get in their pants.
Well, I don't know if you ever heard of Elfie's Soda Pop Club. You familiar with that?
No, what's that?
So it was a club in the 80s, and it was a club just for child actors that this guy, Hoffman, I have to look up his name, but he was the one who ran the club, and adults were not allowed. And it was in Feldman, Haim, they all used to party there. All, like, if you go back and look at it, I have to do a little more research on it. But Elfie's Soda Pop Club, it was called. And a lot of stuff went down there. That's what Feldman attested to. And it was just a place where these adults could get their hands on these kids without their parents being there. And they made it seem like it was a cool social hang for all the celebrity kids. But in reality, what happened was some dark shit.
Well, they were grooming them. That's what was happening, is they were grooming them. You know what I'm saying? Because that's how these people work, is they know that they have to groom them first. Now, I wanted to talk about something else that happened in the 80s, and that is the film Poltergeist and E.T. Okay? And Spielberg, yes. Now you had a story, something about Heather O'Rourke that I was not fully familiar with. Frogman, can we get the picture of Spielberg with Drew Barrymore and Heather O'Rourke on his knee real quick? There we go. So, I mean, and Drew Barrymore has her own show, you know, she's done all these movies and stuff, but so it doesn't seem that her fate was the same as Heather O'Rourke. You told me something about Heather O'Rourke that was absolutely appalling.
Well, the way she died was from anal trauma. The exact term, I'm trying to find it here. Don't have it right in front of me. But yeah, she died of anal trauma, and the doctor was quoted as saying she was healthy as a bird the one day, and the next day she was dead. And they really couldn't make any sense of it. They called it Crohn's disease later, but as we know, that doesn't kill you overnight. So what happened with the rumor is, the rumor is that she was raped by a bunch of producers on the set of, I think, Poltergeist 2 or 3. It wasn't the first one. Yeah, you can see the pain in her face right there. There's a photo we just pulled up. This was shortly before she died.
Jesus.
So yeah, I mean, if maybe she died by trauma from that rape that could have happened, supposedly, allegedly. We don't know, but it doesn't make sense for a 12-year-old girl just to die like that. And there's tons of rumors about what happened to her. A lot of stuff that's been said about her being turned into human skin shoes. So it goes deep and dark, man. And it all plays into the religion of Satanism.
Right. Because for them, wearing the skin of these people or these children they kill is like a trophy. Now, let's talk about something else that supposedly happened in the 80s. Let's talk about, well, this isn't supposedly, Lawrence King. Let's talk about Lawrence King, this up-and-coming Republican star. If I'm not mistaken, he gave a speech at the Republican National Convention. Can we get that picture up real quick? Yeah, there it is. Lawrence King at the 1984 GOP National Convention. And this guy was supposedly like an up and coming star in the GOP. And later on, it was found, and I think we have like a newspaper clip or an article, if we could get to that image really quick, where he was actually involved in a child sex trafficking ring. And there was a big scandal about it out of Omaha, Nebraska, and it involved a bunch of kids that were a part of the CPS system that had been taken from their parents in some cases. In some cases, they were orphans. In many cases, they were orphans. That's what CPS does, is they find out who has next of kin, who has people that are going to look for them, et cetera. And, from what I understand, one of these kids talked about a place with really large trees. And we know that there's only one place in the United States that has really large trees, like massive trees that this kid described. And that is the Redwood
Bohemian
Forest
Grove.
in Bohemian Grove. Can we get that picture pulled up real quick, guys? Because like the testimony of this guy, about what went on in this place. And I'll give you his name in just a second. But yeah, see, that's Bohemian Grove. That's the owl god Moloch that they apparently worship in this location in the California Redwoods. Okay. Let's just keep going through the images real quick, guys, because I'm going to just kind of dive into what goes on there. So these really rich and powerful people in politics and banking and corporations and stuff like that, they all meet at Bohemian Grove. But see, there we go. We got Henry Kissinger. We've got Gerald Ford. We got all these powerful people in banking or in corporations. Look, you got Ronald Reagan and Richard Nixon. And
I believe it's an all male event. That correct?
Yes, it is an all male event. And so all of these people are rich. They're all powerful. They're all, CEOs. They're all bankers. They're all entertainers. They're all politicians. It's an all male thing. Richard Nixon, actually, shortly before he was resigning from office, he said that when he went to Bohemian Grove, that it was the faggiest damn thing he's ever been to. Okay. So I wonder if that testimony that got overheard and recorded in the White House was part of what got him booted, because he was not a part of their little club. And according to Paul Bonacci, and that's the kid that was trafficked by Lawrence King, he was also apparently involved and met Michael Aquino when he was lieutenant colonel in the Army in charge of mind control and psychological warfare. Okay, yeah, there's Paul Bonacci right there. He was an adult when he gave this testimony.
Now who is Paul Bonacci again? He was a
child sex slave in these child sex trafficking rings. He was the one that was talking about what Lawrence King was doing and how like they were doing like occultic rituals, satanic rituals, where they were like abusing and raping these kids and forcing them to eat feces and drink urine. And he watched animal sacrifices and all sorts of stuff. And then he was like flown across the country. And that's where he was talking about being flown to a place with these massive, massive trees. And that's where he talked about how there was basically this just entirely disgusting snuff film that was filmed in this location with these massive trees. And he was forced to do things to like a child's dead body and stuff, all of it of which was filmed. And from what he says, that it was from what I've read, he said that it was Hunter S. Thompson that was filming it.
Yeah.
And so I'm just like mind blown as I'm reading this. Like, is this true? You've got to be kidding me. And dude, Bohemian Grove has been around for a long, long time, since like the early 1900s. So if we go back to Charlie Chaplin and the stuff that was going on in Hollywood and then and in California and Shirley Temple and what happened to her and Judy Garland and Sammy Davis Jr. and Michael Aquino and his involvement with Sammy Davis and Anton LaVey and all this stuff. And then you come into the 80s. You're like, well, holy shit. These people are involved in this stuff? Like, and it's been going on this long?
Yeah. Yeah. And the only way to kind of make sense of that is it's a religion. It's something that's practiced over time, a long period of time. It's something handed down from an individual to another individual. It's not like they just made this stuff up overnight.
No. Well, it's actually really ancient. That's why they're worshiping the owl god Moloch, because Moloch is an ancient Canaanite god of child and human sacrifice. So let's move on really quick. We're going to cover more of that stuff about Bohemian Grove and Lawrence King and Aquino and all that stuff later on in the DC episode.
Of course,
but in this particular episode, what we're going to do is we're going to talk about Hollywood and the entertainment industry, the music industry, etc. So let's talk really quick about Nick Carter and Aaron Carter. Nick Carter.
Jumping into the 90s here.
Yeah, let's jump into the 90s really quick. And how it is that, according to what Aaron Carter said, his brother Nick Carter was like raping him and molesting him from a very early age.
Yeah. And
right?
Nick Carter obviously became famous at a very early age also, being in the boy band thing, that whole era. So, I mean, how did he learn that behavior? You don't usually just start that behavior on your own. Whether it was a parent or some producer that's like, you know, that happens all the time. We don't know. But, I mean, when your own brother comes out and accuses you of rape, that's and it's not like he said it one time. He said it to his grave, literally.
Right. Well, and can we pull up that picture of him of Aaron Carter shortly before he died and what he looked like? Look at him here. Right. Look at how young and vibrant and you know, filled with life he is and the innocence, you know, and then I'll look at him here, dude.
Yeah. Hollywood just sunk their teeth into him.
Been through the ringer, man. And like you said, he was coming out and saying all this stuff until the day that he died. And from what you told me, there's actually a lot of controversy about how he died and why he died. And didn't he try to expose all of this? And there's a lot of people that speculate that's why they took him out.
Well,
right?
Some of his last tweets, he was reaching out to Kanye during the middle of that whole Kanye meltdown. And I think his last tweet was actually reaching out to Kanye saying, "Hey, let's meet. We need to talk about some stuff. We need to," and yeah, as we know, he was found in a bathtub, OD'd.
We'll get into Kanye later, though. But
that's a whole topic.
But let's talk about Dan Schneider, because you said some really interesting things about Dan Schneider. He was the producer or something for Nickelodeon, right? He won a bunch of awards and stuff, but he was accused of raping of kids after kid after kid behind the scenes, right?
Yeah, hypersexualization. I don't know about raping the kids. There's a lot of rumors. There's actually rumors that he impregnated Britney Spears' little sister. That's why she had to leave her role in Disney, because she got pregnant. They never said who the father was, but there was always that speculation that it was Dan Schneider. But who Dan Schneider is, he is the one that has created all these children's shows that we've seen in the 2000s and the 2010s. He's the brainchild behind all those. And if you go back and look, there's so much hypersexualization in these shows, just subliminally, where they're just for an example, he's obsessed with feet, so he's always got them doing weird shit with their feet in the episodes, or playing with something in a manner where it looks like a dildo. On my Twitter page, you can see there's an Ariana Grande montage of when she was a Disney star. And Dan Schneider was the producer of her show, and all the fucked up shit they made her do. And it's not a coincidence, you know, this is definitely a pattern. Man. Yeah. Poor girl. I mean,
poor girl,
you know, she gets a lot of shit, but when you go back and look at what she's been through, and it's tough on these people. I can only imagine what it takes to keep going forward. I mean, you really literally have to sell your soul to the devil. And that's why that whole saying is, you know, you got to sell your soul to the devil to make it in Hollywood, which is probably, you know, more accurate than we really think.
Well, and, you know, speaking of Britney Spears, you know, there's a lot of people that speculate that she's like a mind control sex kitten. And she's had a lot of controversy surrounding her. Can we get a picture of Britney Spears pulled up?
Britney Spears. I mean, we don't even know if it's her anymore. It could be a clone. I mean, there's so much speculation.
Oh, dude. I mean, there's so much, dude, that you can look at her and see that woman has been through the ringer.
Oh my God.
You know, she poor woman. I mean, she got into the industry in 14 years old, something like that, 15. And think about how sexualized her music videos were.
I know.
You know, dressed like a skimpy little schoolgirl and stuff.
I remember I was in eighth
did it
grade.
again,
I mean, I
you
was in
know?
eighth grade, I think, when it came out, and I was like mesmerized by it.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. And I've heard that, you know, all sorts of terrible things about how she was raped and stuff like that. Whether or not I know it's true, I can't say. But when I look at like how these moguls in Hollywood have gotten away with this over and over and over again, you know, or like, look at Harvey Weinstein.
Yeah.
Harvey Weinstein is a perfect example of how this stuff has been going on for literally decades. And all the stories about Harvey Weinstein and what he was doing to women in Hollywood and basically forcing them to have sex with him so that they could get roles and stuff like that or win awards and stuff.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, I mean, and that brings it to Oprah too. Those two together, I mean, they were superpowers in the industry. Harvey obviously fall from grace, but Oprah, she's still at the top of the food chain up there. And she introduced so many celebrities to Harvey. And I mean, not to mention the million other scandals she has with her schools in Africa, with John of God. That's all another episode.
Oh yeah.
For sure.
It's a whole other, we could do a whole episode on that alone. But then there's also like, you know, that video that she did where she was talking about like if a child molester is molesting a child, then they're supposed to feel good to him and stuff.
Yeah.
It's like,
how do you even say that? Yeah, you got to be kidding me. Like it does to even fucking process it like that. You have to be one fucked up person.
Yeah, it's just crazy, dude. It's so crazy. Now now that we're in like the 90s, you know, and the stuff that was going on in the 90s and all this stuff that Harvey Weinstein was doing was going on in the 90s, in the 2000s and stuff like that. He didn't actually see justice. He wasn't actually arrested and like, you know, with two cops, you know, taking him out of the courthouse or whatever, you know, security guards or whatever, you know,
Yeah.
that didn't happen until very, very recently. So he was getting away with this for decades.
Oh,
So-
I mean, they still play his movies. I mean, they have no problem playing his movies and making money off them still. So it's like, there's no shame in the game.
Yeah. Well, let's talk because we're in the 90s. Marilyn Manson was really, really big in the 90s. And that dude, like his music videos and like the satanic imagery and like looking at him and like, if I'm not mistaken, he even like confessed that he was like a part of.
Oh yeah, he is a card holder. He is one of the card holders. You also have Liberace, who was an open card holder, as bizarre as that is.
Of the Church of Satan, right?
Of the Church of Satan, yes. And Marilyn Manson, Liberace, Jane Mansfield, Sammy Davis, they were all open card holders. And Kenneth Anger, too, who was also a movie producer.
Who?
Kenneth Anger.
Oh, okay. Mm-hmm. So, you know, speaking of like producers and like directors, I mean, we're moving into the 2000s here, but I mean, you told me something about Bryan Singer, the Hollywood producer and director that had like a pool party where the pool was filled with blood or something. Or
yeah, can we pull that one up, guys?
Pulled up? Can we? Yeah, because when I saw that, I was like, how did this? Yeah, there he is. He's the guy that directed the X-Men, I think.
Yeah,
how did I not see this?
So he's got a long history of tweets he deleted that were just pedophile joke after pedophile joke after pedophile joke, and he's got a pool full of teen boys there. We can only hope that's red dye, but we don't know what the fuck they're swimming in. But he would hold parties like this all the time, and then just recently, Matthew Lawrence, who was a big child star in this era, he came out and said he was offered a huge X-Men role. And we know who was in charge of X-Men. He wouldn't say Singer by name, but he said one of the major producers in X-Men brought me into a hotel room and said, if you do this, this, and this with me, I'm going to give you a huge role in X-Men because I think you're going to be a huge star. And he wouldn't do it. And he said no. And then that was the end of his career. I don't believe he did much of anything after that.
So messed up.
You can see that on my Twitter page also. There's an interview that I posted on there. If you guys want to check that out, but it's a tale as old as time in Hollywood.
Wow. Well, speaking of strange tweets, pedophilic tweets, let's talk about Chrissy Teigen for a second.
Oh, man. Yeah.
I mean, Chrissy Teigen and John Legend, man, and like the tweets that she was putting out were so disgusting. I really don't want to show people. You can look them up, though. You can look them up.
You can argue that maybe she is kind of like a modern day James Mansfield, who was a high priest with Anton LaVey. Like maybe she's going for that kind. When we look back in history and we can put it all together, she's one of those characters, one of those main characters, because she's so open with all the messed up stuff she tweets about, and the code, the pizza code that she's always tweeting about. It's so crazy.
Well, you know what? I kind of wanted to bring this up. We have a video of a dude that went to one of these Hollywood parties. And can we pull that up, please? Because this guy's testimony, the look on his face, the inflection in his voice, his body language, I really think this guy's telling the truth. I really do.
To give some background, the guy he was on America's Got Talent season 11. His name's Richie the Clown. He does performances and all sorts of stuff like that. So apparently he was hired as a entertainment for some major Hollywood parties. And if you want to let that clip roll.
Wanted me to go to this party. It was an exclusive party. It was just in the middle of nowhere. I'm not going to say where it was at.
Just tell us, Richie.
I can't tell you, bro.
It was in the desert?
No, it wasn't.
The city?
It was in
LA.
It was in LA.
I knew it. I knew
it was in LA. The grand finale was they had this woman and they cut out a chunk of her buttocks.
Oh my God.
And they sauteed it and they were eating her butt. Why she was like moaning. She was moaning.
Oh my
and
God.
she was like touching herself and masturbating to herself, and people were doing things to her.
Oh, she was touching her vagina?
Everything.
She's bleeding on her ass.
Yeah, and then they sauteed it and they ate it.
Oh!
Yeah, it was crazy, bro.
Can you answer one question? Was Kevin Spacey there?
I can't tell you who's there, bro.
Was The Rock
You
there?
find
I
this
can't
guy
tell you
credible?
who's there, bro.
I can't, but
Well,
like
the thing
famous,
is, dude,
famous
is that
people
he's
were
like, first of
and then
all,
they had
his body language, the looks on his face, his eye contact. He's talking about there being a satanic pentagram. He's talking about cannibalism. And he's saying he's not going to name the people that are there, which is a very wise decision on his part. The fact that he said it was in LA is probably enough to have him, be, first of all, never invited to one of these parties ever again. But I don't understand why you would ever want to be invited to one of those parties ever again anyway.
Well, they probably thought they probably thought he was hip to it just by his appearance,
Right.
So they're probably like, oh, this is a safe bet for entertainment. And because they make mistakes too. They're fucking human. We think they're human.
I believe him. I believe him, especially when I've heard other things. Like I heard a testimony from one of these girls that was in the entertainment industry where she said she went to a party at Bella Thorne's house where she had to give up her phone and she had to sign a non-disclosure agreement, and then she had to like prick her finger and give a drop of her blood to get in the party.
Yeah, I saw that.
And then we talk about Eyes Wide Shut. We could bring it back to Eyes Wide Shut and Stanley Kubrick. You know what I mean? So it's like, no, dude, this stuff has been going on. And it's not the first time I've heard stories about, like, when I was in prison, dude, there was a guy that was involved in the entertainment industry that was there for a white collar crime. It was a black dude. And he was talking about how, like, at these like parties and stuff, there's these massive homosexual orgies. And like they order they were talking about how like they ordered an escort or some escorts from, Las Vegas to fly him out to LA. And then they got to this party in LA and they allowed them in the house and the dudes weren't even interested in the females. They weren't interested in the escorts. They were all fucking each other. And these women were like, what the hell? Like, why did you even call us out here?
Yeah, it's so crazy, man. I mean, I think they get sucked into it. I don't know if it's you become so famous that you have everything at your fingertips that you go to the next level. Maybe that's the reason they chase like drugs like adrenochrome. because they have everything at their fingertips. They have the best drugs. They have the best this. They have the best that. So they want that next level. That's not enough for them.
Satanism, but in Satanism, the whole thing is behind selling your soul is that you do it for fame, fortune, and pleasure. And now the thing is, you will never get enough of any of those things, any of them. You will always want more. And so the only way you're going to get more is if you do more. If you go to these rituals, if you do these satanic practices, then they trust you more and more. And, let's talk about this for a second. Like Chrissy Teigen and John Legend, supposedly not supposedly. I mean, it's straight out of Chrissy Teigen's mouth. The craziest sexual thing that they had ever done together was the Obama thing, according to Chrissy Teigen. Yeah. In her own testimony. And the look on John Legend's face when she says that is like, oh shit. I can't believe she just
that
said
was
that.
like something that could get him killed. Like you don't say shit like that.
Right. And then so like, then you look and you see the, can we get a list of the Epstein flight logs this is a list that was floating around on the internet of the people that went to Epstein Island that were on his flight logs. And there's CEOs, there's entertainers, there's politicians, et cetera, et cetera. And from what I understand, Chrissy Teigen, John Legend, and Obama are on this list. Now, think about what happened at Epstein Island. He had all these people, Hollywood moguls, politicians, CEOs, bankers, people like Bill Gates, flying to his island. And on his plane, in his mansions on his island, he had that creepy ass temple. Do we have a picture of that creepy ass temple from Epstein Island? No, I could have sworn I sent you one. So on top of that temple is an owl, the owl god Moloch, a golden owl. Now, in his mansions here in the States, in his mansion on the island, in his on his plane, there were always cameras recording everything. And Epstein was Mossad. He was using all of this this stuff to blackmail these people when he compromised them in these positions with children or in doing drugs or quite possibly even sacrificing children or something like that. And then this stuff was used against them.
Yeah.
So like,
no, he was the ultimate blackmailer. I mean, he used every dirty trick in the book.
Well, and Ghislaine Maxwell's father was Mossad. She's the one that brought Epstein into it because her father brought her into it.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think he worked for multiple governments because, like, he was like the go-to guy. If you want to get dirt on somebody, you go to Epstein. I mean, he was tight with the Saudis. He was tight with the royal family. He was tight, obviously,
Prince
with multiple presidents. So, I mean,
Bill Clinton.
Yeah, his claws were deep, and there's no way he's the only one out there. There's definitely another Epstein out there right now doing what he was doing.
There's multiple islands. There's multiple islands out there. That's just one.
Yeah. And it's just, you figure it's the mainstream media is letting us know this stuff. So you got to take it with a grain of salt.
There it is. There it is. So there on top of the temple there is, the owl god Moloch.
So crazy, man.
Now, what's crazy about that is notice the dome. Is that gold? Is that copper? What is that? Why the metal dome? And why in the fuck does Ellen DeGeneres have a set that looks just like Epstein's temple and Epstein Island? What is up with that?
Yeah, you think that's a coincidence?
When she talks about pizza all the damn time. Now, you know what's something that's really crazy though about all this? And, I'm sure you'll be, appreciate that I bring this up, is that all of the people that Cappy called out as pedophiles in Hollywood are on that fucking list.
Yeah.
For Epstein Island.
Yep.
Like, what the fuck? And then look what happened to Cappy, the poor guy. That dude's got some courage, man. Cappy was something else, dude.
Yeah. He had a lot of courage to come forward the way he did. I mean, he really just threw his career away to kind of let everybody know what was going on. And thankfully he did, but like towards the end there, I mean, you can tell when he's making that last video, I think there's somebody on the other side of that camera making him make that video because he looks.
What are you talking about?
His last video that he posted right before he was forced off the highway bridge.
Which, then there's that tweet from Tom Hanks. Oh yeah, so this is Ellen DeGeneres' set where it looks like Epstein Island. Can we get a picture of Cappy though? Because like we need to show that man's face, man, because he really like he took
he got a lot of this. He woke a lot of people up. He woke a lot of people up.
Yes, he did.
Yeah.
Now, with all of that said, let's talk for a second about Spirit Cooking and Marina Abramovic, because that involves Hollywood and people like Lady Gaga and Gwen Stefani and like a bunch of other Hollywood moguls. Yeah, there's Marina Abramovic. Okay. This woman is a satanic witch.
Do you think she's kind of like
this is the Spirit Cooking event with Gwen Stefani at it, and this is a cake that's a red velvet cake made out of looks to me made like a human. There she is that's Marina Abramovic with Jay-Z. Okay,
yeah.
There's Beyonce at the Spirit Cooking event with Marina Abramovic. That's James Franco right there on the right. And these are the attendees here. Will Ferrell. Who's that? Minnie Driver, I believe is her name or something like that. And I think that's her name. Yeah. And this is where they're cutting the heart out of the cake that's shaped like a human being. And it's red velvet cake. Now, supposedly this cake is made with sperm, breast milk, and human blood. Okay. And so they're cutting the heart out like they would in a satanic ritual sacrifice. Yeah, there's Lady Gaga with Marina Abramovic at one of these quote unquote artist events. Okay, where they are doing these very real satanic rituals and they're calling it art. So it's certainly not art. Art is the cover for what it is that they're doing. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah. I mean, we're going to get into the DC one, but John Podesta and his art collection, him and his brother, what they disguise as art is just straight up pedophilia. So, yeah, that's something, that's an old trick that they use. And it's a dirty trick because it puts a bad name on the art industry.
Right. Well, now let's talk for a second because we're kind of getting in recent history here. First of all the celebrities that are on the Epstein client list. That's something crazy that I think everybody should know and see. It's really not hard. It's a Google search away, as funny as that sounds. Now there's a lot of speculation as to whether or not this is real. I've seen Epstein's flight logs and I've seen a lot of these names on those flight logs. So
yeah, a lot of it match up.
That. Yeah. But considering that we're talking about recent stuff, let's talk for a second about Sam Smith and his recent performance at the Grammys.
Oh my God.
You know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah, I mean, it couldn't get any more in your face. And then the crazy part too is like right when he finished, it says brought to you by Pfizer. It's a whole nother subject, right. The vaccine and everything, but holy shit. Like if it's not in your face, like if you don't see it, then we can't help you.
That's not art. That's a satanic ritual. And
yeah.
So this is what they do. This is what's really interesting about it is that these events are in fact satanic rituals. And what they're trying to do is they're trying to charge the energy grid of the planet itself with this satanic energy. And they have all these people cheering for this stuff and worshiping these false idols. You see,
that's what it comes
so
to.
It is. Yeah, it is a satanic ritual. And this stuff has been going on a long time in Hollywood, a very, very long time. It's also in music videos and all sorts of stuff. I mean, speaking of music videos, let's pull up Lil Nas X and his video where he's like,
well, how about, can we show Sam Smith before and after? I mean, do we have like what he looked like when he was, when he first got into the industry? I just want to show people how, when they sink their teeth in, what it looks like. I mean, as we've seen with other examples we showed you tonight.
Okay. Yeah. Because dude, the befores and the afters really show, they lift the veil. You know what I mean? And that's what apocalypse means, is lifting the veil. So they lift these before and after photos show they lift the veil. Look at him.
But happy to be there. You know what I mean? Can't wait to sing. Probably all good thoughts in his head. And then this.
Now let's think about this, though. Let's think about this, because this is really important to understand about Hollywood and actors and singers and stuff like that. I want you to imagine for a second that you are an actor or a singer, and you are working day and night trying to make it big, trying to get discovered, trying to get a contract, right? And then after, we'll just say 2-4 years of doing these little piddly roles where you're getting cents on a dollar and you're working your ass off. You're doing 12 hours, 14-hour shoots. You're not really getting noticed. And then out of nowhere, somehow, some way you get a breakthrough role that kind of allows you to get into Hollywood, right?
Yeah.
Then
Waiting
all of a
tables,
sudden,
just grinding.
yeah, exactly. Waiting tables, doing the stuff on the side that you have to do just to make ends meet, trying to get discovered either as a singer or an actor or whatever. And then out of nowhere, you get some sort of small breakthrough role that allows you into Hollywood or allows you into the singing industry, the entertainment industry. And then you start to climb that ladder a little bit. And then you start getting invited to these parties. And then finally you break through and you get a role that is really big, or you get a singing opportunity that gets you out there in front of millions of people. And all of a sudden now you're hot shit, and you got all these people coming up to you and they're saying, hey, we'd really like to do a contract with you. Hey, we really like your work. Hey, we really think that you can make it in the industry. And lo and behold, you get invited to these parties, or, you think, well, I don't really feel comfortable giving up my phone or signing the contract, but I don't want to lose this opportunity. I'll just, give a drop of my blood, and then I'll get into this party. And then lo and behold, you got somebody like Harvey Weinstein at that party, these disgusting Hollywood moguls, and they come up to you and they're like, I really liked your show, or I really liked your performance, or whatever, and then
I could see you in my next movie,
Yeah, I could see you in my next movie, or I could see you performing at the Oscars or the Grammys.
Yeah.
And then it's like, all I need you to do is sign this contract, or all I need you to do is just come with me to this room really quick. Give me a quick massage, and that's apparently one of the things Harvey Weinstein did, was he, talked girls into giving him massages, and then he basically weirded out on them.
Yeah. If you can control someone to do that, you can control someone to do anything. So that's why they use those tactics.
Yes. It's mind control. It's grooming. But now remember, it's easier to groom children than it is to groom adults. This is why they get them as kids.
Exactly.
Because then they can control their minds from the get-go. So people like Sam Smith, or even people like Britney Spears,
Lil
or
Nas
some of
X.
these Disney. Yeah, well, dude, yeah, and from what I hear, Lil Nas X, he's kind of being forced into doing some of this. I don't know how true that.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, dude. Yeah. All over Satan, right? And I think there's a picture where it looks like he's getting bent over, by Satan.
Ha ha ha.
Like
oh yeah. So funny. Like, what
doesn't
the
he
fuck?
have like a Nike shoe or something?
Yeah, they came out with the 666 edition, and they claimed it was a drop of human blood in there, and they only made 666 pairs. This was a promotion Nike ran with Lil Nas X. So if you don't,
dude, Nike uses slave labor in China to make all of their stuff.
Yeah, it gets to see. I mean, it's when you dig deep, and you don't even have to dig that deep. You just got to be aware and just kind of scratch the surface, and you see all the insanity and all the craziness right in front of your eyes.
Well, and dude, I think it's also, and this is part of why we're doing this video, is because it's about seeing the pattern. If you can identify the pattern over decades and see that it is a reoccurring pattern, then you can then begin to look and see it in your own timeline, in your own generation, and how it's actually just getting a lot more blatant. It's been there the whole time, but it wasn't as pervasive, but it has been there. now at this point, I mean, they got these people trying to normalize pedophilia and you know, cutting off children's genitals, and they're pushing all of this pedophilia stuff in Hollywood. And I mean, it's, to me, it's at this point, it's becoming so obvious. Now, you also said that there was a testimony of Macaulay Culkin talking about the Satanism and the pedophilia in Hollywood too, right?
Yeah, there's a clip out there. It's hard to come by, where he was doing an interview with the French news station, and he spoke of when he was on the set of Home Alone. He was a child then. I'm not sure quite what his age was, but he was very young, as we all know. And I guess he was acting up or not doing what the director wanted him. So one of the producers pulled him aside and said, "Hey, you see these shoes I'm wearing right here?" He's like, "These are made of Heather O'Rourke's skin." And he told Macaulay Culkin, he's like, "Just, don't act out of line," basically. And that's how he resonated that message with him.
Macaulay Culkin, Ari, Hollywood producer. He asked me if I knew Heather O'Rourke. I said, "Yeah, I remember her. I grew up watching Poltergeist. I remembered her in Happy Days. She was so cute." Then it dawned on me what he was getting at, and I vomited all over his shoes.
Yeah.
And here's the thing, and there's the whole Red Shoe Club thing, which, that also ties into the Vatican and to DC and the London Palace and all this other stuff.
Which we'll be doing, we'll probably be doing the Vatican probably after DC.
That wouldn't be a bad idea.
Yeah.
So I guess the point here is that the pattern is reoccurring over and over and over again. And then what you were telling me about Kanye and was it Pasternak? Was that his name? His handler Pasternak or something, right?
Yeah, Harley Pasternak. Basically MK Ultra handler, where he's in charge of. He's a huge celebrity trainer, is what he is. That's what they label him. So he gets the hands on everyone's milkshakes and what kind of proteins and vitamins they're putting in their body. I think we actually have a clip of him talking about how he gets to use different drugs, because he came from the Canadian military, and now all of a sudden overnight became famous.
He was in charge of mind control in the Canadian military, right?
Yeah, we have a clip of him talking about how he got to experiment with different drugs, and that the normal person couldn't get their hands on. If we could play that clip, guys, that would be awesome right now. Yeah.
Enough to have him as my graduate advisor, and the area that I was interested in was how drugs and food affect muscular performance. And
when you say drugs, so
that's him right there.
Enhancing drugs.
Yeah, he's the trainer to a long list of celebrities we're going to show you after this video.
The typical person was, so I could look at the impact of certain drugs that are not everyday things. So we looked at a drug called modafinil, which was for narcoleptics. So if you give a soldier this drug, how long could they stay awake for without having any health detriment?
Is that used now as one of these brain drugs? I've heard the name before somewhere.
I imagine they wish this interview wasn't out now.
It's very interesting. Modafinil, it will keep you awake, but it's not a stimulant.
Really?
So if a special forces person has to stay awake for 3 nights waiting for the right opportunity to do whatever they have to do, we could give them modafinil and it would keep them alert. I did research on a drug called...
Does he talk about being in charge of mind control and stuff in this interview?
Which is for use at
right before that, he was saying how he was working for the Canadian government or Canadian military, and that was his job. He was explaining the drugs he got to experiment with and all that. So it just goes to show you that this was his expertise, and now all of a sudden he's this influencer online where he's showing people TikToks of grocery hacks, and he's all these famous. If we could pull up his website where we have a list of all his famous client list there.
There's Ariana. No.
There's more Kim K. You got Kim Kardashian, who could be a celebrity handler herself, which I think she is. Well, I know Mac Miller was on there. Kanye, obviously. We're gonna get to the text messages exchange right
Will
after
Ferrell.
this.
He was at the Spirit Cooking event.
Oh yeah. Yeah, Adam Levine, Rihanna. How many times have we seen her flash her symbol?
Yeah, dude. Yeah.
The other one, Ellen Page, or what is that her name? Elliot Page?
No, it's Elliot, but yeah, Ellen Page.
So that was
she
another
was so
client.
beautiful, man. She was such a beautiful woman. It's such a shame. Seth Rogen.
Yeah, the list is pretty
Jimmy
incredible.
Fallon, no surprise there.
All these influential people, he has his fingertips on. He's making milkshakes for all these people. Just think of that.
Wow.
Protein shakes. Like, oh, take this. You need this.
Holy shit. Is that Jack Black? Yeah, that's Jack Black. Jeff Goldblum? No. Jordan Brewster? No.
Yeah, the list is endless, dude. It's crazy.
Is that the chick from Charmed? Is that chick from Charmed right there? On the left? Top left there? Is that Jim Caviezel?
Oh,
Holy
man.
shit.
Yeah, man. Yeah. It's nuts, his list.
Gracious. That's crazy.
One of the ones on there I didn't see was, what was her name? She died of the overdose.
Oh, Brittany Murphy.
Brittany Murphy, yeah. She was one of the big clients for him. Mac Miller died of an overdose. Maybe these were people that weren't cooperating with the status quo, and maybe that's what happened to them.
Oh, no. Man, it's heartbreaking. It's like, man, I really hope these people are going to be okay, for God's sake.
Well, a lot of them are dead or they changed gender.
That's so crazy, dude. That is so crazy.
Yeah.
So like, then can we get those tweets texts from Pastor Nick to Kanye really quick? Cause that's pretty crazy shit.
Yeah. You want to read that?
It says, yeah, he said, I'm going to help you one of a couple ways. First, you and I sit down and have a loving, open conversation, but you don't use cuss words, and everything that is discussed is based in fact and not some crazy stuff that dumb friend of yours told you or you saw in a tweet. Okay.
Now there's more to it too. There's another part of that.
What's the other part of it?
Do we have the other tweet, guys?
Do we have the other tweet, guys?
Or not tweet, message, where he talks about
taking
away his children.
Because that's fucked up. One second here. Let's see. Because, dude, like, and this is how they operate, is they start off like they're your friend. They're nice and friendly, and then they get really nasty. Because think about it. That's how all abusive relationships work. You know,
I don't think we have the other tweet, but basically what he was saying was, I'm going to throw you in. If you either come and talk with me, or I'm going to have you institutionalized again and medicated to the brim, and you'll never see your kids again. That's basically almost verbatim what was said. So it goes to show you that these people are ruthless, man.
Well, and you know what it makes me think of? It makes me think of Zoolander.
Yes.
And how, like, you know, dance, you're a monkey, Derek, you're a monkey, dance, monkey, dance.
Well, no, it all goes back to, it all goes back to the CIA having their hands in movie making and showing their hands sometimes in movies. And I think Zoolander is a perfect example, because just the whole premise of it is like, you know, they're mind controlling this model to go assassinate this world leader, which, I mean, sounds fucking so far-fetched, but it isn't that far-fetched actually what they're mind-controlling celebrities to do. They're trying to have them influence your kids or, you know, influence you. It's nuts, man. It all plays into it.
Yeah, it's really nuts. Oh, here
so
it
we
is.
do have the tweet? Okay.
Can we zoom in a little bit, guys? so we can read that stuff at the bottom. I can't read it. There we go. Okay, here's the second option. I have you institutionalized again, where they medicate the crap out of you and you go back to Zombieland forever. Play date with the kids just won't be the same.
Holy fuck.
Goodness gracious. You know what it makes me think of is that whole story with Dave Chappelle, where like, did you hear about that?
I mean, I've
well,
heard
like, basically, from what I understand, is they wanted him to wear a dress in one of his, because his show was getting really, really big. And so they wanted him to wear a dress in the show. And he's like, well, no, I'm not wearing the dress. And then he kept trying to like bully him into doing it. Just wear it. Just wear it. It'll be fun. It'll be funny. You can just do it. And he's like, no, I'm not going to wear a damn dress. No, I'm not doing it. I'm not doing the scene. I'm not doing that skit. I'm not wearing a dress, you know? And then so apparently, from what I understand, and I'm maybe my memory's distorted. You can look it up. He like goes into testimony on, as funny as it is, on Oprah. And he talks about how like, then there was like this story floating around in the media that he had pneumonia, and he didn't have pneumonia. He's like, no, I don't have pneumonia. But his handlers and his managers and all these people are telling him, just go with the pneumonia story. Just go with it. And he's like, no, I'm not going to say I have pneumonia. I don't have pneumonia. And then so another story floated around that he had writer's block, and he didn't have writer's block. So they're trying to like make up all these stories about him. And then when that didn't work, when he didn't go along with that story, they started like spreading the rumor through the media in Hollywood that he was going crazy, or that he was having a mental breakdown. And then he had like his handlers and these managers and shit following him around, telling him that he's going crazy and he needs to get on this psychotropic medication, and he's going crazy and he's losing his mind and all this other shit. And then eventually he's like, okay, fuck this, I'm out of here. And he left to Africa.
Yeah, man, it makes sense. Because I mean, you don't leave a show like the Chappelle Show for no reason. The success he was having, you don't just walk away from that unless there's some underlining issues like that. Yeah, man, it's wild. That the celebrity handler thing is very real. It's not a conspiracy. As you can see, that long list of Pastor Nick's clients, and he's not the only one. There's many more Pastor Nicks out there.
Well, there was like, I heard about some photographer in Hollywood that, would have all these celebrities, put their hand over their eye, or do the whole, 666 thing where they're looking through their thumb and their pointer finger, or, all the devil horn stuff and all that, so they would take like a bunch of pictures. They do a photo shoot of like 1,000 pictures, but then these are the pictures that they would pick for these magazines or whatever. So it really makes me wonder, like, what is the role of these actors or actresses or singers? Like, it seems to me that they're more so just pawns in front of the camera for this satanic agenda. Not to say that some of them aren't a part of it. I'm certain that they are.
They get sucked into it, and some of them enjoy it.
Yeah.
But they're absolutely pawns, man. They are pawns. They're just a pawn in the big scheme of things.
Right. And, it's just, to me, it's really sad. Because like we were saying earlier about, these people that, they work waiting tables, and they're trying to get a breakthrough in acting or singing or whatever. And then they got these predators that just come out of nowhere and scoop them up. I think there was also like a music video series by The Weeknd, I think it was, where he like kind of shows how all that stuff happens to him somehow. Like, do you know what I'm talking about?
No, I'm not quite sure on that one, but I know there's a Justin Bieber music video where he kind of like, the rumor is he's kind of trying to tell everybody like what's going on, and a lot of hidden shit in it.
They have to use art or metaphors or symbolism to try to get the message out to people, because if they come out and talk about it, they won't survive.
Well, that brings me to like Tyrese Gibson. It's kind of crazy what he's come out and said recently. We posted that also on the Occult Apocalypse Show Twitter handle. You can check out the interview there. And yeah, it's pretty ballsy what he said. I mean, he's a big time star in Hollywood. It's not like he's like a D-lister or something. He pretty much came out and just said what what the agenda is and how mad it's making him. I kind of fault him. He's still taking money from them and he knows what's going on. But, so there's like two ways to look at it, but I still commend him for saying it.
It takes a lot of courage, dude. That takes a lot of courage.
You're putting your family's life on the line.
And his own
life for sure. For sure.
Yeah. And let alone his family. Yeah. And so it's just like, okay, man, well, salute to you, tip of the hat to you, bro. And I hope that there's more people out there that go by his example, So let's just give a quick rundown really quick. All right. So we start with Charlie Chaplin, pedophilia. We go to Shirley Temple and in her first role as a 3-year-old prostitute. We go to Judy Garland and the mind control and the abuse from her handlers and stuff like that. Then we go into like Disney and the fact that he's like been accused of pedophilia, the fact that he was a Nazi sympathizer, a Mason and stuff like that. Sammy Davis Jr., Satanism, pedophilia, Anton LaVey in his inner workings with Roman Polanski in Hollywood, Marilyn Monroe and like sex kittens and using these people as spies, CIA's hand in filmmaking, MK Ultra. We get into Helter Skelter, CIA, Charles Manson, who was also a pedophile, using LSD to like brainwash these young girls. They commit these murders. Once again, MK Ultra mind control. We got Stanley Kubrick, who was probably invited to some of these parties. He had the inside information. Clockwork Orange, MK Ultra mind control, Eyes Wide Shut, the symbolism of the 8-pointed star, which is symbol for Saturn, the masks, the orgies. We've got Michael Jackson, the fact that he was supposedly raped a bunch of times by people in the entertainment industry. We got the rape scene in Last Tango in Paris. We've got frickin' Fear and Loathing and Adrenochrome and Hunter S. Thompson talking about lesbians and going to orgies and these elite groups of pedophiles kidnapping children and selling them to each other for playthings. The idea that he said his girlfriend was a coward for not watching a snuff film. We've got Corey Feldman and Corey Haim and the fact that they were getting raped in the 80s. We got the whole thing that happened with Heather O'Rourke and the mysteries behind that. We've got Lawrence King and Bohemian Grove and Paul Bonacci and what he said about Hunter S. Thompson. We've got, once again, Snuff Film was involved in that as well. We've got Dan Schneider in the Nickelodeon thing and all the weird stuff he did in all of his shows. Regarding like feet and the sexual innuendos. We got Nick Carter and Aaron Carter and the testimony of Aaron Carter before he passed away. We've got Britney Spears and the suspicion that she's also like a sex kitten. Like what you were saying about, and also what you were saying about Dan Schneider and like possibly impregnating Britney Spears's sister. That's the allegation.
Yeah.
We got Michael Jackson and the whole pedophilia scandal. We've got Harvey Weinstein being a total fucking weirdo. We've got Oprah talking all this weird shit about pedophiles doing, basically giving kids pleasure. And then all this crazy shit about her schools in Africa trafficking in the girls that she's supposed to be educating. We've got Marilyn Manson, who's a card holder of Satanism, right?
Yeah.
We got Bryan Singer and his weird fucking shit. And that whole testimony of that dude that you were saying was offered that X-Men role.
Yeah, Matthew Lawrence.
We've got, Chrissy Teigen, John Legend, what they said about the Obamas, the fact that these people supposedly went to Epstein Island. We've got all that footage of that dude. What would you say that clown guy's name was?
Richie. Yeah, Richie. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and what he was saying is going on at these parties. We got that testimony of that girl that was saying that she had to give up her phone, sign an NDA, and give her a drop of her blood, to get into one of these parties for Bella Thorne, who is a part of. She was a child star. Bella Thorne was a child star. We've got Epstein and his client list, and then these flight logs. We've got the fact that none of those people have been arrested. No charges have been brought up on any of those people, but Maxwell and Epstein are in jail. We got the testimony of Isaac Cappany and the fact that he named a bunch of these people that were on that list, and then all of a sudden he ends up dead. We've got, spirit cooking, Marina Abramovic, and all these satanic rituals, Lady Gaga, Gwen Stefani, Will Ferrell, Jay-Z, Beyonce, James Franco. We've got Sam Smith. We got Lil Nas X. We got the testimony supposedly of Macaulay Culkin. You know, we've got this stuff with Pasternak and Kanye West and the handler there. You know, I mean, dude, the list goes on and on and on. We got
the timeline
involved.
Yeah, the timeline has been laid out, man. And yeah, we laid it out, and we hope you understand why these people are doing what they're doing. Jake, if you want to kind of tell people what you think the reason is that these people have such a agenda at hand.
Well, what I think it comes down to is this. A couple of things. Number one, it's about controlling the minds, not just of these assets that are in the entertainment industry and having things like blackmail information on them, like what Epstein was doing. But it's also about ensuring that these people that have a lot of this influence, tens of millions of followers, tens of millions of dollars and stuff like that, are never going to turn on this entertainment satanic apparatus that is attempting to control the minds of the populations. You see? So they can ensure that these people will likely never turn against the satanic Luciferian agenda because they have all this blackmail stuff on them, and they're going to be obedient. They're going to literally give up their free will so that they don't die, or their family doesn't die, or so that they can continue to be rich, famous, and get invited to fucking orgies, or continue to be allowed to fuck kids and stuff like that. So it's about controlling the minds of the people, just like the political theater is just theater. A lot of these, and this is something we're going to talk about when we talk about DC. A lot of this stuff is these politicians playing political theater, and it's these entertainers playing real, like theater, but all behind the scenes, the same nefarious forces are controlling the board. Okay. And it's about entertaining people. It's about distracting people while their resources are being stolen, while their children are being trafficked or taken off the streets and trafficked, while their leaders are literally passing laws and statutes and these bureaucracies are creating these regulations that are colluding with corporations to allow these monopolies to continue, to basically keep the money train going. And it's crazy because anybody that stands up against it, they become made example of. Look at what happened to Cappy. Look at what happened to Trump.
Yeah, it's dangerous to come out against these people. We had to talk about it off air about, we might experience some things because they don't like what we're talking about. They don't want this stuff getting out. So, and we're kind of putting a big mark on our back, but at the same time, it needs to be
God's watching.
People need to know.
God's watching.
God, exactly.
God's watching,
we got God on our side. That's why I'm not afraid at all. And Jake talked about having the warrior spirit. You got to have the warrior spirit. If you're going to digest this stuff and understand it and realize what it all is, you got to have the warrior spirit.
Absolutely. And, when you really think about it, if you look back at ancient history, like the ancient Romans, the ancient Greeks, or even, just European royalty, like, or Persia, ancient Persia, like pedophilia, pederasty, rape, murder, child sacrifice, the Canaanite sacrificing.
It's as old as time. It goes back forever, man. Forever.
Exactly.
It's not something new. So like when people think, oh, you're crazy because you think this. No, this is something that's been practiced forever and it's still going on. Whether they want to open their eyes or not, hopefully we can help them with our show and kind of open the eyes for some people. I know this is going to be a lot of this information. A lot of people already know. They just never been able to see it on a format. So we'd like to bring it to them also. So these are the reasons we're kind of doing this show, and we're going to continue to do different topics on every show.
Yeah. And, so just to kind of explain why it's not just about centralized control. It's also about the fact that these people are, in many cases, a lot of the people that are behind the cameras or the people that are at the tippy top of certain corporate entertainment companies or certain bureaucracies and bureaucratic agencies, certain banking or corporations or whatever. These people are really high initiates within this satanic order, within this Luciferian order. And they have literally allowed themselves to become possessed by demonic entities that feed off of the life force of children. These people are like psychic vampires. Okay. And they're extremely intelligent. They are extremely cunning and ruthless. They have incredible power as far as like, the ability to have people killed, and just have it be an accident.
Yeah.
It's crazy stuff. And so I understand why people are scared.
Yeah.
And that's why I think it's really important that we give whistleblowers like what Tyrese did recently, or Macaulay Culkin, or anybody else that has come forward, Mel Gibson.
Feldman.
Anybody else that is, Corey Feldman. Yeah.
From the start of the Me Too movement.
Yeah, Rachel McGowan, I believe is her name.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, let's give these people some fucking support, and let's not just use their testimony as a soundbite for our own confirmation bias. Let's actually bring these people into the fray and like give them some very real support so that they don't feel alone and they don't feel abandoned, because then that just sets a really bad precedent. And then why would anybody else want to come forward if these people are coming forward, risking their lives and then being forgotten about,
Yeah.
So we really have to give these people the support that they deserve. And
I agree.
We'll start to see it happening more and more and more.
I agree. And there's that kind of brings us to that movie that's coming out. If you want to kind of speak on that movie, what's the name of it called? Sound of Freedom.
Yeah. And I was thinking that maybe what we could do for like 10 people in the audience that have subscribed or that comment on either our Rumble page or on when we post this on Twitter or something. If we post clips or something on Twitter, maybe we could hook them up with a free ticket to go see it.
We're working on something like that, guys. So definitely leave some comments. Maybe the 10 best comments we think.
And shares, comments and shares. So, share it on your Twitter. And if you share it with a quote or something, then we'll put you in like the running for free tickets to go see Sound of Freedom, which is based on a true story about a guy that was rescuing children from the global child trafficking or child sex slavery syndicate that has become more lucrative than the drug industry and the arms trade, because you can sell a gun or a bag of cocaine once. But you can't sell it twice, can you? No, but you can sell a child 5, 6, 10 times a day, every day for years.
Yeah.
So we're talking about a very real, terrible reality that is going on right now. There are literally millions of children that are either born into or kidnapped and brought into child sex slavery. And this movie, A Sound of Freedom, is bringing that to light.
Yeah, it goes to show you there is some good people in Hollywood, like Mel Gibson, who also has like a 4-part documentary series I heard dropping about all the child trafficking. And there could be some big names dropped in that is what I'm hearing. So it goes to show you there is people in the industry that are not all about this. And it's very tough for them. And we got to give them the support because without them, man, it would only be the propaganda and garbage to consume.
Exactly. So, tweet this, share it on Twitter. That's how we're going to kind of pick out who gets these tickets, and we'll give them out to you. Here it is. Here's the Sound of Freedom thing.
July 4th, I believe the premiere is. I mean, it doesn't mean you have to go on July 4th if you do win these tickets. They will be available for later use also.
Yeah. And so we're definitely gonna do that for you guys. Please,
if you don't win these tickets, we highly suggest you go buy a ticket.
It's going toward a very good cause. We need to expose this stuff in order for it to stop forever, ladies and gentlemen.
For sure. Absolutely.
We have to protect our children. God's children are not for sale.
So with that, I think we should wrap it up. Jake, you have any words you want to leave it out on?
Yeah. So in this episode, we covered people like Lieutenant Colonel Michael Aquino. We talked about people like Lawrence King, the testimony of Paul Bonacci. We talked a little bit about Bohemian Grove. We covered some stuff that is going to be kind of related, or not kind of related, that is related to Washington, D.C., and how this stuff is actually going on in D.C. We also talked a little bit about the Vatican and stuff like that. So our next episode is going to be about D.C. And we're also going to talk about the ley lines, and we're going to talk about the ancient nature to this very real spiritual warfare that's going on in the episode after this. So you won't want to miss it. Definitely subscribe, leave some comments. If you have questions or if you have things that you would like to hear us talk about or something, leave it in the comment section or, the comment section on Twitter or on Rumble or something like that. And I hope that this has been eye-opening. What are the main themes here? What we have here as main themes is pedophilia. What we have is main themes of child trafficking and child exploitation, mind control, MK Ultra, ritual abuse, Satanism, sex kittens, handlers, spies, CIA involvement, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. That is the main theme that we are seeing throughout all of this list of stuff that we have talked about. And certain people that are involved in this little club of pedophiles and Satanists that are essentially, quote unquote, untouchable or do not get arrested. And if they do, they don't do very much time. Yep. So that's Hollywood.
Yeah. And I just want to remind everybody, we hit a lot of topics, and a lot of these subjects are going to be the subject of full episodes. We just wanted to give you a quick, good timeline of Hollywood and the agenda that we've been seeing play out before our eyes since early Hollywood. So, yeah, with that, thank you guys for listening. Subscribe, hit the like button for us, and yeah, we'll see you guys on the next episode.